Welcome everybody to the stream. Welcome. So hopefully everyone can let me know any technicals right off the top. You can hear me okay? You can see me okay? If everything's all good, let me know. So yeah, I had a pretty busy week here. There's a technical. The music didn't turn off. I thought I turned it off. Anyways, I'm gonna be working at 5.7 today, so you guys can see how it is. We'll wait for some other people to join here, and then we'll find out what we're going to be doing here today. A couple things that are brand new. Number one is I'm starting to get my store ready. I only have 2 items on there right now, but yeah, I don't know if you guys can see it on YouTube there, but there are 2 cups available down there. So they're traveler kind of like tumbler cups with 2 designs on them. One is Azura, little chibi Azura that we showcased yesterday, and then one that's just the generic like Taken Grace YouTube channel, so you guys can check that out. There's gonna be probably well, I think there's like 15 different colors or something for both, so you guys can check those out. I will be adding more products to the store if you guys are looking for something specific, like if you want a magnet or something, or a sticker or something for your PC or whatever you guys are looking for of Chibi Azura, or even any of the other Taken Grace stuff, like the little logos that you guys have seen. You guys can let me know and we'll get on that. Also, make sure you use, I'll put it in the chat below, there's a Black Friday discount right now for the launch of the store, so you guys can get 25% off your order. So we'll use, it's Black Friday, all caps, Black Friday, 25, or 25% off your shop order. Okay, so there you guys go. If you're interested in that, that would be awesome. Or you can let your significant other know that you want a Taken Grace cup for Christmas or something, and head on over there. So yeah, and then also I got to verify that I'm a human being apparently on my Unreal Engine here. So, but yeah, so yeah, like I said, I'll be working on Unreal Engine 5.7 today. So I haven't dipped into it too much. I've looked into the PCG stuff because I'm actually really interested in getting that under control. Lighting and stuff I haven't really looked into too much, but yeah, I'm telling your mom, your YMGF, I don't know. Oh my, you just flipped the 2 letters. Dyslexia, I guess. I'm telling my GF. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, a lot of different colors. Hey, get her one too, right? So lastly, Gaming Arts Lyra Starter Sample Gameplay Ability System TUT. I am actually just learning that myself, so I'm not ready to teach that. I don't like to teach stuff until I fully understand it, so that I can make sure that I'm giving you guys some value in the tutorial. I'm not going to just watch something and then immediately teach it myself. That'd be kind of cheating in a way. So but yeah, before we get started, obviously, you know, you guys can check out my affiliates as well. I got an Epidemic Sound 30-day free trial. You guys can check that out in the description below there, as well as a 60% off a yearly plan for Incogni, which is a service for online privacy. Removes your data from a bunch of data broker sites, so people can't sell your data without your consent. So definitely worth it. Really reduces the scam calls and spam emails and all that kind of stuff, which I was getting absolutely obliterated on a couple of years ago. So Cogni's really helped me out. Obviously, Epidemic Sound, music sound effects, really good stuff. Literally no risk to try it out. It's 30 days free, and if you guys sign up after the free trial, then you are directly supporting the channel. So I appreciate you all around there. 5.7 PCG TUT with new LODs would be great. I actually will do a PCG TUT with 5.7 once I've fool around with it a bit more. Because once again, I don't want to just super dive into the 5.7 engine without having tried all the new PCG stuff and give you guys something that's kind of garbage, right? So, you know, there's enough garbage tutorials on YouTube. I don't want to contribute to that, so I want to make sure I know what I'm doing and give you guys some quality stuff. So anyways, if you guys have any questions, just post it up in the Q&A there so I can keep track of them, and then once we have like a question time kind of halfway through the stream or whatever, I can really answer you guys' questions. If you guys have questions about what I'm doing at the current time, you guys can just throw those in the chat. I'll see those obviously, but yeah, the chat gets so there's like 500 chat messages a stream or something like that, so sometimes they get lost up there, so just make sure you put it in the Q&A so I can see it. Alrighty, so let's see where we're at here. So right now we got Cinematics is kind of the top dog right now. Random attachments on spawn second, and then weapon selection stays persistent. So actually, cinematics, there's a couple, they're not all exactly the same, but there's a couple of different requests for cinematic-based stuff. Cinematic subtitles was one of those. I don't exactly know how to do that per se. I'm assuming, like, I actually don't know if Unreal Engine has a system where you can basically make a data table with all of the different, like, dialogue in the game. And then it's like, hey, or not even just dialogue, but like dialogue, like, what do you call it? Like, instances. So it's like you talk to this particular NPC. Okay, well, here's all the possible things that can be said when you talk to this particular NPC, right? So, yeah, that would be actually kind of cool. I don't even know if that thing exists, or if I would have to make that manually, but that would be super cool. God, I just thought about how complex that might be. So, but anyways, that'd be cool if that exists. But anyway, so in terms of subtitles, I don't know how to add those in and like toggle them on. I assume you'd pull the data from some sort of data table, like what the person you're talking to, what the dialogue is, you know, all that kind of stuff. I think for subtitles, because it'd be the same thing with like video editing, you have to just put the subtitles in there manually, right? And then you would have, when you're playing a cutscene, it'd pretty much just be playing the cutscene, and then you'd have to put where the subtitles are actually going to be, right? So, but then again, you have games where you have subtitles on during gameplay and it's pulling random stuff, like people saying random lines, and it'll show their name and show the subtitle, right? So, yeah, I won't be doing that today. If Cinematics gets chosen, there's 17 votes. I'll probably do another, 2 minutes or so, and then we'll get started. But just looking at some of the other stuff here for Cinematics. This is from Leroy Jenkins. He says, intro movie scene loading screen. So what it looks like what he's getting at is after you select new game, it's going to immediately start a cinematic while it loads the game. So that's not too terribly hard. Obviously you would need to load the level sequence to actually play. So you'd probably still have to do some sort of loading screen, and then it would play the cinematic. There's a new way to obviously do it. Like in 5.6, they released like the seamless transition to gameplay kind of thing, right? So, which I haven't dabbled with, but yeah. So I'm not sure how to do that specifically, but I can show you guys how to do like level sequences off of a button today, so that's no problem. There was one more here in regards to cinematics. Yeah, subtitles. I already talked about that one. The other one was looking for it here. I swear there was one more. Let me just go back to the thing here, questions, because there's 11 new things that came in here. I got all these ones. Okay, yeah. So actually that was the only two, but there's two different ones, so I thought I'd throw that in there, and it looks like majority of you guys want to see that here, and I think we will go ahead and do that, so I'll throw that in the comments here. Working on cinematics. You guys are in for a treat today, because I'm in what was the question for the poll? It's just what we're working on today here, Crafted Terrains. So Unreal Engine has a subtitle plugin. I thought maybe it does. That would be awesome. There's plugins now to use AI to generate NPC interaction dialogue. That's super awesome. So I can look into that. You know how to make a real loading screen? I mean, to load shaders, etc., while the game is on the widget. Is it like, do you not load the loading screen, which is just like a UI? This is just my like interpretation of how I would do it. You would just load the UI, which is just a full screen image of a loading screen, and then I'm not sure how you would do the loading bar per se, but then basically the level behind the widget is loading, and then once it's done loading, it like kind of kicks off you can kick off an event saying loading complete, and then you remove the thing from parent and all that kind of stuff. So that's how I would do it. I don't know how to do the loading screen, like I said, the loading bar, like I said. Anyway, so working on cinematics today. So I'll comment that, and we'll make that the pinned comments so we know what we're working on. Anybody who joins the stream late and asks what we're doing, we're gonna moo in chat, and then I will moo here, because that's what we do when someone asks what we're doing and it's posted to the thing. So okay, anyways, Ninja Sonar says Elias or Ad Elias is actually a sick plugin that's called asynchronous loading, and I don't think I remember it being too expensive. Yeah, I think loading that would actually be a good video to do, to be honest. Because loading your game obviously is super important, especially like switching between levels and blah 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 blah. Right? So, are we making the Matrix? We are not making the Matrix. But here we'll switch over to the live view here. So 5.7, it has a new splash screen, so that's cute. You know, so we'll make a new project, and we're gonna do it's a cinematic one. So let's do. You know what? Yeah, sorry, we'll do third person. Is there a variant we want to do? Not really. Blueprint C++, we'll call it cinematic. Cinematic, we'll call it tutorial, because that's pretty much what today is how to do cinematic tutorials, right? So, so we'll do that. We'll hit create. Once again, 5.7. So you guys can see some new stuff here. I'm not a cow. No, Mark. And you're a former president of the stream of the Discord. But that means you never have to drive again, and you get, you know, pension for life or whatever. So a cow is just a Canadian dog. No, that would be a moose. Everything guy. So yeah, you see some moose / meese up here. Outsider igloos, dodging hockey pucks, all that kind of shit, you know. So, anyways, yeah, so you guys are in for a treat today. So if you guys don't know, I worked in film and television for 10 years. I have a diploma in film and television. I've made my own films. I've been a film producer. I've done everything you can do in film. So in terms of like shots and like doing cinematography and lighting and stuff, like I'm your guy. So I can really help you guys out with that. Let's just make sure we go tools, or is it, where is it? Window, load layout, default editor layout, please. Okay, there it is. Okay, so let's, I'm gonna import some stuff from Fab just so we have some stuff to play with. Fab. I'll import the, my stylized stuff. I really like that that stuff. So we'll do this. We'll do the day-night cycle because that'll make our life super easy. This is the one I made, so you guys, if you're interested in buying that, it's on the Fab page there. So download that. We'll go back to the Fab store, back to there. Stylized Village from Polyart Studio. I had somebody in comments today ask where I got the sheep from. I believe it was from this pack. It was either this pack or the Dreamscape one. I can't quite remember. But it's going to take a little bit to load here. So anyways, what we'll do is we'll just do like a short little, you know, cutscene of sorts. Let's see what's available for animations, because that's a thing. Because I'm not the best at animation, so we'll just see what we have here. We'll go to, let's be an engine content. Sorry, my camera's on the way here. Engine content, starter content. Here we go. What? Okay, well, let's import the starter content then. Whoops. Add. Where it's up here, add feature content pack from the third person. I thought you could just add in the starter pack. I hear my kids stomping around, so we might get interrupted here in a second. Holder, leave me alone. God. It's funny because I put myself on the TV upstairs so she can see me, but we'll see how that goes. I can't remember how to import the starter pack. Add. I swear there was like a really super easy way to add the starter pack. This pack includes playable character, blah 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 blah. I thought, yeah, and I thought this. Oh, you know what? Did I check starter pack when I made this project? I probably didn't. So we're gonna just close this out and just delete that and just start over. Game development, cinematic tutorial. Bye. Come on. Bye. Please. My computer's having a hard time. I need to expand my RAMage, I think, because yesterday I opened pretty much every single, what do you call it? Graphically intensive tutorial or program I have on my computer. I had like Affinity open, I had DaVinci Resolve, I had Unreal, I had a bunch of stuff, so. Okay, anyways, kids eye roll. Yeah, right. Wasn't it under engine content or something? Yes, I found it in engine content, but it only had textures in there, so I didn't import the correct. I didn't check the started content box when I was creating the project. So, what's your store name? It's a Shopify Taken Grace. I believe you can just access it. You know what? I don't know if you can access it from the shop thing on YouTube. So let me just put the thing in the link here. Thing in the link. That makes sense, right? I guess I should favorite my own thing, hey? Where's View Store? My store. Oh, so many things going on here. Let's create a new project here so we can load in first. Third person, no variants. Where's the thing where you check that you want starter content? It used to be right here. Combat. One sec, I'm being bothered. Oh, not by my kid, by my brother's cat. That's fine. Where, yeah, I thought it was just, unless it's blueprints. Ah, shoot, I shouldn't have done that anyway. Cinematic, because now I gotta start over. Cinematic tutorial. You know what? I just need the animations. I don't need anything else in the starter pack, necessarily, so I will just, download the animation, starter kit or whatever from the Fab store. Okay, anyways, store settings now. Store settings. Connected, visit store. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna favorite my own store. Done. Copy. Here we go in the chat here. They did away with starter content. Yeah, I know what's going on with that, right? It's now template based only. Oh, that's some BS. There's some good stuff in the starter content, like what's it called? Particle effects and all those other kind of stuff. That's kind of lame. Okay, meow. Yeah, exactly right. No meows here. Only moos. So. Alright, anyways, so let's just import those couple of things from the Fab store once again here. So we'll go to the library, I'll do my day-night cycle, because that is king. And then we will do the stylized village, and then I'll just search for animations in my library. Free animation library. Vocap. Which one should we do? Maybe... What do you guys think? Just got here, what are we making? Oh, yeah. You said that just because of the movie, you're funny. What kind of third wheel is this to be? Crafted terrain sounds complicated for... Where are you? Working on a global dynamic localization interaction simulation system. Well, I mean, if it has more than 2 words, it's probably pretty complicated, you know? Ooh, the game animation sample. That might be good. But that's a project, though, so... it's between this one here, free animation library. It looks like there's like fighting in this one, so it could be good. So we got crawling, we got climbing, we got cover, slide. We can make some cool cutscenes with this, actually. Let's just add this to project. Latest version is 5.6, sure. Okay. Perfect. So yeah, you guys let me know in chat what kind of stuff you're working on while we're just waiting for stuff to load in here. And we will be making a new level, which we'll do right now here. I don't know why we need a reason to move anyway. Yeah, right? For those who don't know, or you're new to the channel, the Moo meme started... I was streaming... oh god, I can't even remember the name of the game now. Helldivers 2 on Discord, and a bunch of members joined in to watch, and Everything Guy was telling us about his game, which was it's a wave-based survival kind of shooter game. So he just had like a regular Joe low poly dude that you played as, and aliens attack or whatever, right? And you're trying to fight off the aliens. And then I jokingly said, like, what if your main character was a cow and is just like tired of getting abducted and just like taking it out on, you know, on the aliens? And everyone was laughing at it, and then Everything Guy's like, oh no, that's happening. So now the cow went into his game, and then also I made a tutorial, like the farm pen one that had cows in it. And there was a bunch of jokes about that. So yeah, it's kind of a running joke in our Discord now. Okay, anyways, let's make a new level. Let's go to new level right here. We'll just call this Cine Tut. Okay, let's open it up. Let's hit save selected, sure. We don't have anything in this world, that's fine. We are gonna go to the day-night cycle, and we're gonna go to world, and we're gonna go to world lights. We're gonna just drag this day-night cycle in. Wow, we have light. Day-night cycle is really great. So that's in the world now. We need to create some sort of like level here. So we'll just go to the contents level. What's in level prototyping? We'll just do these planes, I guess, and we'll make the scale like 100. Perfect. Make sure that that's 0 here, so it's on the thing. Okay, great. And then we'll put a player, or no, we don't need a player start because we're doing a cinematic only. What we could do is we could add, do we have a grass thing here? We do. Distant terrain. What's that look like? Gotta load the texture here. And then it's gonna tell me it's gonna look like garbage. It doesn't look bad. It looks aight. Anyways, I'm gonna dabble in some PCG tools, and we'll see how it works. There should be, or do I have to enable it? Probably. PCG. Need the content generation framework, and we need the geometry script interp here. So, blah, 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 sure. We do need to restart our engine, so we're going to restart now. Save selected. Yeah, PCG is going to be great. Joppy, welcome to the stream. Glad you could join us on this one. What's good? Grab some popcorn and a comfy seat. Yes, absolutely. We're going to learn about cinematics today from a film pro. Like I said, worked 10 years in film. I know literally almost everything there is about film and television. I've worked on, not to brag, but yeah, I worked on a couple of big shows with some big networks. I worked on Power Rangers in 2017. I worked on Peacemaker, the season 1 of Peacemaker in 2022. I've worked for Disney. I worked on a show called Prompact. That was the last big show I did before I moved away from the moved out of the business there. Really hard to get out of the business. It really is. It's really hard to get in, really hard to get out. Yeah, getting in, you basically gotta know somebody. Sure, don't ask again, just do it. So yeah, you basically gotta know somebody to get in. So once you're in, though, you basically just keep working, and then the idea of leaving is like always really enticing because it does take a lot of your life away, but oh, this actually looks kind of nice now. What happened? Huh. Anyways, yeah, it does take a lot of your life away, but you think about leaving the film business, which pays really well, and going and working a job, making 70% less money a paycheck. It's like, you know, double-edged sword in a way. So, but it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed working in film. There's a lot of you know, bad things about working in film, like dealing with, you know, children, basically adult children, in terms of the creatives and the above the line types, but. Ew, not modern Power Rangers. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, nobody knew it was gonna do well, so, but I turned the roughness on the grass material to 8 or 9. Yes, it is pretty glossy, hey? Let's do that. This is you can't edit the instance, right? Or can you? Actually, you know what? I think it's like that because it's maybe a different material, so maybe let's try material 1. Let's see what that looks like. I mean, to be honest, I like it. So, I mean, I think that's supposed to be like a mountainside or something. I don't know. It's up to you guys. What's this one look like? Must be AstroTurf. Yeah, right. Yeah, for sure. Do you do that in the texture? Or no, you do that here. Let's just open this up. Let's have a look. Layers, terrain maps, roughness intensity. Let's just turn that way up. Sure. Save sibling? Or we'll just save that for now, I guess. Save. Sure. Alright, whatever. It's glossy. It doesn't matter. Okay, so let's just build a super quick level with what we have in this Dreamscape thing. So I think we have some prefabs in here. Modular house objects. Blah, blah, blah. That's all modular stuff. But I'm pretty sure we have structures. Yeah. Okay, so we got some structures here. So we'll just make something super quick here. Nothing too complicated. We got a barn. We got, you know, chicken coop. And we got docks, chicken coop, We got some fences here. Is that PCG thing? It is open now. So, I want to try this out. I haven't actually fully tried it out yet, because you can draw a spline now and just kind of populate stuff in. Oh, my day-night cycle I need to scale up. I was just like, why is this, like, super huge, or super round? But, scale here will make this 20, I guess. Sure, that'll work. Let's make the time, like, 8 a.m., you know? Oh, boy. Look at them shadows. Look at them shadows. That is glossy, buddy. That is super glossy. We need to fix that. That's gonna look terrible in the cinematics. So, let's see if we can fix that here. Flat and normal, we don't care about that. We care about... Do you do that in the actual... Like, where's the actual... Maybe you can get the free fab assets of the week and do something with those. What are those? I don't even know what they are. You should be able to do the instance if they made their material instance right. Okay, great. Well, I mean, roughness. Does it have to be between 0 and 1? Is that... No, that's way more glossier. Let's see this, like, max it out. No? Doesn't work. The parent probably... Yeah, it's all black, and that's because I think I have to turn on... what do you call this? Project settings. It's called, like, virtual textures or something like that. Enable virtual textures on mobile. Enable, yeah, okay. And virtual textures light maps as well, I think. Forget it, we'll do that later. Anywho's roughness intensity, blah, 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 roughness. That's super weird that we can't just do, non-glossy frickin' thing. But, Mark would know more than anybody. I guess you'll have to look, because it looks like they didn't do it. Okay, yeah. So, default value is 1. What if... I don't know much about materials, everybody, so this is me just playing around, trying to figure it out. What if we turn this off? That looks better. Let's do that. So, 0.9 or 0.8. I mean, I can do that in the instance here, right? So we'll do 0.8. That looks pretty good. All right, happy with that. So, okay. So, you know, we're still making our little thing, our little map here, but yeah, I was gonna try out the PCG plugin here. So let's go to PCG. You can draw a spline. Where do you set the sampling or spawning? It's one of these two. Static meshes. We're gonna add a couple static meshes here. There's some trees. PCG tree? That's not right. Yeah, here we go. Static mesh. Village birch. We'll do a couple of those village birches and all that kind of stuff. Tree. Village birch 2. It's probably easier to do it this way, to be honest. Dreamscape, farmland, meshes, foliage, trees. Okay, here we go. So now we'll add another one. We'll add a couple more here. We got 3 more. The village oak and village birch. Yeah, okay. And then one more village apple tree. Okay, so we'll do these 5. And then I believe you draw, like, you literally just draw. Yeah. You just draw and draw a spline, and it just automatically populates all this stuff for you guys. So I'm gonna have to turn down the scale for all of these. And anyways, let's undo that. And let's delete that. Oops. Can I delete that? Oh, no. Oh, that's my starting point. I see. So let's do weight. So yeah, weight obviously will tell you how often these are here. I think the village oak we should make like 0.2 because... Oh, okay, well, never mind then. We'll make everything else like, you know, 5 for that one, 5 for this one. The village oak and the apple tree, maybe we'll do like 2. The birches should be probably the most common things here. Maybe we'll do like 4 on this one. Okay, global transform. Global scale, we're gonna turn that down to like 4. Right? What does that look like? That's not bad. So I'll do a row there, and now we can adjust the sampling, which is like the count, the distance, and then you can do some max randomness, I believe, as well. So we'll do distance of, we'll tighten them up. We'll do counts of like 20. So that's pretty good. Got some PCG-ness going on. Oh, look at that scale. That is a 2-dimensional tree, everybody. So I guess I got to put 0.4 in everything. Sorry about that. There we go. That looks a little bit better. So random transforms. Let's do some random rotations. I think I got to open this up because I can't read them. Okay, minimums and max. So we'll do 0, and then we'll do 359 on the Z. Everything else will be 0, sorry. We'll do 360. So there, we got some random rotations now. Some random trees. I'm gonna put a couple of more trees around this whole thing for our. Oh, okay. I guess you gotta accept the thing. Sorry about that. So count. Do that. Got a bunch of trees that'll act as our kind of our background. We'll hit accept. There's our trees. Let's go back to selection mode. So, very cool. They're all pretty, it's pretty, what's it called? Evenly spaced out, but I mean, whatever. You get your, my point here. So, we are going to grab a village oak. That is effing huge. Let's make it a little bit bigger, though. Let's go 0.6. We do want this village oak to be, predominantly in our shot somewhere. So, we'll move it. Oh, okay. It looks like the, snap to floor isn't working. Snapping, snap to floor. Okay, we're not sure what happened there. Okay, do we have any beehives in this? So, that'd be interesting. I'll put a couple of apple trees over here. Scale that down. 0.6. We'll make these trees bigger. These other ones are just gonna kind of fill the background, right? So, making a little level of sorts. Okay, I did think that there was a, like, prefabs. Shared resources. Blueprints. Water system, that's a river swine. Fog, all that kind of stuff. Okay. So, I guess not unless it's in this. Meshes, effects. Butterflies, nice. Or butterfly plane, what does that mean? Is that not a particle effect? Whatever, we'll figure it out. Oh, it's a static mesh, okay. Hard cloud, oh, I see, okay. Effects. Yeah, I thought these were... Maybe it's in here. Sorry, I'm just like reclimatizing myself to this asset pack here. Dreamscape series, this one. Particles, here we go. Candle flame, chimney smoke, fireplace, water fog. That's not anything we want right now. What else? Materials, foliage, characters, props. What's in props? Exterior. Okay, we got some stuff here. We can put some barrels here, right? Maybe a shelf to store random tools on. So I've never really done any level designy stuff. I don't know if that would interest you guys. Azura keeps telling me maybe I should do some stuff like that. She's generally right on these sorts of things. So I'm gonna make a couple lights so I can showcase the day-night system a little bit. Sorry, what else do we have here? We got apples, we got banners, we got... I'll put some animals in here. Some animations. So we'll put some chickens over here. And mushrooms, those would be good things to use PCG for. We'll build like a scarecrow over here or something like that. A couple of planks, sure. We're gonna make randomness here. Okay, this is the last straw. I'm getting Windows. Yes, good call, Mark. I've heard Linux is like harder to hack, and then I've heard people say like you can hack a Linux just as easy as you can hack a Windows. So I'm like, I don't know. Linux is like that, like, you know, kid that sits in the corner and just like does his own thing, and then everyone's like, whatever, yeah, that's just what he does, right? So I don't know why I'm putting planks here. There's literally no couple of graves here. Oh yeah, sure. That's ominous AF. Maybe the scene, I don't even know what the scene's gonna be yet when we do these cinematics. So, what else we got? Pitchfork. Oh yeah, we're putting a pitchfork right here. And what else we got? Shovel. Might as well put the shovel there too. Maybe we'll lay the shovel down on this tree. Perfect. Okay, couple of vines. Let's put some vines on this oak. Let's make it like look like it's been there for a minute, right? But these vines I gotta rotate so that they're facing the right way. I guess they don't actually look that good. But we'll see what we can do here. Maybe we'll do this, and then we'll lay them down like this. So notice how this turned black? That generally is because you don't have your virtual textures on. I had this issue in my project, and I was consulting some of the brilliant minds on our Discord there, and we discovered that you literally just have to open the material, and then it fixes it, which is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So static mesh, open the static mesh, and it'll open this, and then you just like open the material right here. Open the material, and then if that doesn't work, then you open the texture. Parent, plants master, we'll open that up now. Actually, you know what? Last time they weren't black, they were white. That's what the issue was. But it's still really weird that they're still black. Textures, see as a color. Yeah, of course. Here's the texture. Open it. Does that fix it? No, it doesn't fix it. Okay, that's really interesting. I'm not sure why that happens. Yeah, last time I was reading on this the documentation for this pack, it says if you have black textures, you have to turn on virtual texturing, which is on in our case. So I'm not really sure what's happening there. So, anyways, I guess we'll go back to the pack here, and we'll just keep on putting some stuff in here. Terrain textures, structures. We already did that. Yeah, let's put a well. Why don't we put a little well here somewhere? You know what? We need some wells for the what do you call them? Need some wells for the I don't even know what I want to say, but anyways. So all these trees are in the way now, so I'm gonna hide them so I can see my little thing here. That's probably right. We'll do perspective. We'll check it out. Looks pretty good. I didn't do this way. There we go. Okay, so that's our well. We'll unhide those trees. I think Alt-H. No, that just changes it to front view. What's unhide? Is it Control-H? Yeah, it's Control-H. Okay. So, yeah, there's our trees. There's our well. There's some other props there. Let's put like a market table in here. We'll, you know, like a workbench or something like that, right? Oh yeah, we need a chicken platform for the chick coop. Of course we do. Chickens, how are they gonna get in there, right? Okay, is that good? There, I think that's what we need, and then we'll do this guy here. Okay, comment, sorry, was just, where's 0? Well. Is it a one-sided texture? Flip it, or turn it on two-sided? Oh, okay, let's try that out, see if that works. Foliage. No, where did we see that? Vines? Oh, that was in... We were literally just using it. Was it, meshes... Structures? No, not structures. Props? Exterior? Yeah, that's what it was. Put this little hay thing here as well. Okay, what else we got here? Yeah, vines. Okay, so let's see. Oh, you know what? That's a good point here. So that's what it was. So, Tommy just solved it. So yeah, it's a one-sided texture. So that is why it looked black. Okay. Let's scale this down. And then I could probably wrap it around the tree, maybe. I know you can mesh deform of some variety in modeling mode. So actually, maybe we will. I'll try that out here. So we'll do this, and then we'll go to modeling mode, and deform, warp, or do we want to do lattice? Let's do lattice, and then we should be able to move some vertices around here. We can get it right around this tree. So this is all stuff I've actually not taught on my channel before, so yeah, like I said, if you guys are interested in more of this like level designy stuff, like let me know, and I will definitely look into producing some of that content for you guys. So we'll go to selection mode now. Oh shit, sorry, you gotta apply it. Form, lattice. So we'll make this go back again. Teeny bit forward. Okay, and then this one again. Yeah, I've kind of slowed down on long form stuff. I've basically focused entirely on this for now. I'm trying to get the Tarkov series done because right now I'm not working for complicated reasons I don't want to get into on stream, but yeah, so I've basically I have to go back to work soon, so I'm trying to get all of that done before before I run out of all this extra time that I have. So yeah, I was working on it a couple times this week here, so alright, that seems fine. Okay, we'll hit accept. There, we got a vine thing that wraps around the oak tree. That's pretty cool. Okay, so, yeah, I mean, you can do that all over, but just in this, you know, for time's sake, we're gonna just not do that. Okay, and then we'll put a couple other stumps around here. Randomize the rotations. Okay, what else we got here? Task board. Oh, I like task boards. It's a good idea. Say, like, you know, maybe right here we'll build a task board or something. Okay, so I'm gonna make warrior statue. That's cool. Vine corner. Can I put that right here, maybe? That's pretty cool. Okay, sure. Looks pretty good. A couple of sacks of random stuff here. Stack those up. I'm gonna rotate that 180 just because it looks like it's... Oh no, it's the same on both. I would probably mesh deform that a little bit, honestly, just to droop the edges. So let's go to the top perspective, and then we'll just grab all of the edges here. And then we're gonna go back to perspective, and we'll just kind of droop them down a little bit. Perfect. So yeah, you can see how the modeling mode can be helpful, right? If you're like, oh, that's not exactly what I need, right? You can just make it do what you need to do. So that's really nice. What else? Go back to selection mode. I think oh yeah, some fences. I guess we should use some fences, and we can use PCG for that, right? So that's another good way to do it. I don't know how these are going to look, if I'm being honest, because I've used splines before with what's it called? With these fences before, but I didn't really deform them, so on the spline tool that I had, but we'll see here. Okay, anyways, let's go to spawning, spawn, oh yeah, you can spawn actor classes and spawn actors, so blueprints, right? So that's really nice. Static meshes, just add, I think there's 4 different ones, it looks like there's only 2. I swear there was more. Oh well. We'll just do, we'll do these 2 then. Okay, we'll just remove these guys. Delete and delete. Okay. And yes, cows equals improvement, I believe. My jokes are coming up short. You're barking up the wrong tree. You guys are funny. Yeah, you guys are clearly older than me, and I'm just kidding. I make dad jokes all the time too, so Azura doesn't like when I make dad jokes. That roof looks pretty good. Anyways, what was I doing? Doing a fence. Okay, so we're gonna draw a spline for fences. We'll start here. We'll just do it around this tree line here, and then we'll have like a little opening right here. Okay, obviously that's not super awesome. We're gonna increase the count. Let's we don't want to randomize size. Oh, okay, you know what? Let's get rid of the that's a vegetable fence. Yeah, get rid of that. We don't want that in our thing here. Okay, so now we just need to space them out appropriately. So we'll say distance, and then we'll go until... it's not updating. Oh, use distance. Okay, there we go. Let's get rid of count. And then it doesn't update. Okay, so let's figure out what's happening here. Fit to curve I want. Okay, so we just need to increase it. Okay, so yeah, how big are these meshes? Let's just we'll go to orthographic view here. Left, we'll find a straight one. Let's do it over here. We'll just drag one into the world. Village fence. How big are you? Oh, okay, we'll hit cancel. I'll just redraw that line. You have to like turn on a plugin now for this? Usually you could see, or do you have to be in selection mode? You do, okay. This is exactly 335. Okay, so that's how, oh sorry, I was a little too far here. Let's go down to, we'll turn snapping off. Okay, this is 330. That's how long it is. Okay, so we'll go back to PCG mode. I will delete this guy. Go back to perspective. We'll just redraw our fence in the back here. Draw a spline. Distance will be 330, and we'll use distance. We will spawn static meshes, which will be this guy. Okay. Perfect. That's all we need to do. Now we'll just need to draw the fence. And we need to fit to curve, I think, as well. I just wanted to put one more. Okay, and then fit to curve. Oh, boy. Some of these didn't exactly work. So, in terms of the fit to curve part. I mean, you know, for our scene, whatever, it's fine. The chickens will get out. Wolves will get them. They'll be fed. It'll be a good time. Alright. Sorry, get some more comments here. Yes. Anybody who dislikes dad jokes deserves a re-education camp. Pick better dad jokes. Bro, their splines whoop my spline tool's ass. Dude, yeah, I was using the spline tool that comes with this pack, and this one is, like, significantly better. It's so good. So, yeah, that's, PCG is just gonna save your freaking life here. Okay. Alright, we're gonna put some chickens in here now. So, we are gonna exit PCG mode. You know what? We're not going to put chickens in here yet. We're going to do that in the level editor, which we're getting to shortly. Okay, so we've created this little level, and I just realized I exited PCG mode without my fence, so bleh, gotta do all that again, whatever. We're learning. Distance, use distance, fit to curve, static mesh. Hey, we've done this before. Not going to take that long. Alright. Spacing tool, spline mesh tool. Oh, draw spline surface? I believe that's a circle. And it fills... Oh, okay. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. But we're not going to do that. We're going to not cancel, but we're just going to undo what we just did, or... I guess we can't? I guess that's what we get. That's funny. Oh my god, never going to do it again. Use distance. Distance, 330. Fit to curve. Static mesh. This guy. Okay, I'm not going to screw it up this time, I promise. So we'll do this. Oh boy. Can I go back? Yeah, we'll delete that. Okay, there we go. That's fine, and then, is it all... Maybe we'll drop the distance by, like, 325. There, now it looks like, you know, a fence. Kinda, you know? So, anyways, we'll hit accept. We'll accept our fate there. That's perfect. Perfect, okay. So, yeah, we're not gonna put chickens in yet because we're gonna be doing, some cinematics, obviously. So, we're gonna put all in... When you're doing cinematics, you have to have spawned... you have to spawn either actors in or put them in your sequencer, for them to show up, okay? So, alright, so... Gotta figure out a scene here now, because we don't have a script or anything like that, right? Hey man, was just following your dynamic enemies tutorial. Awesome, Chinmay. I almost said Chimney, but Chinmay. That's awesome. Yeah, it's that's a really good tutorial. That whole series turned out really well. I was pretty happy with it, and everyone seems to enjoy it. So, yeah, the next series I'm doing is the Tarkov series. If you guys don't know, we're gonna make an inventory system like Tarkov, where you can equip stuff to slots, and then it changes your slots out. So like your backpack, you put a different backpack on, it changes your slot size or your backpack size and all that kind of stuff. Dragon, inventory system basically just like Tarkov. I'm not getting into weapons, equipping weapons and changing the stats, all that kind of stuff. We're literally just doing the inventory and the UI associated with it, because that's the part I've actually been asked about the most, is doing kind of like a drag and drop inventory system kind of thing. So we're gonna do that, and then I'm also gonna do crafting in that series, just because we have the items, we have the data assets in place, and everything's in place for us to create a crafting system. So we're gonna do that as well. So I'll show you guys how to do that. So, anyways, that's the next system on the horizon. You should be able to fix it with Bezier curves. The fence, I'm assuming you're talking about. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we could, but just for the sake of time, we'll leave it. It's fine. Okay, so this is kind of a waste. This is kind of wasted area here. Hey, you know what? Let's use this to close by representing an area for PCG. So I'm gonna actually do this, and sampling. We'll fix all that in a sec. I just want to get to spawning. We'll spawn some static meshes, and we're gonna do a couple of flowers as well. Let's do, meshes foliage. So we'll do, oh yeah, we're gonna put some grass in there too, just to kind of break this up, right? So we'll do like 6 different static meshes. We'll do these flowers, this flower, village group flowers. That's fine. We'll do some village wheat. We'll do some village grass, and we'll do some tall grass as well. We'll do some spotty grass. We'll make this a little bit more rare. Let's make the village wheat. Let's do like 3 on that. Village wheat, we'll do 3 on that as well. The flowers, we'll do 4. We'll do 4 for this, and we'll do 4 for this. I think the village tall grass should be pretty small in comparison. So, okay, let's draw the area now. So we'll do this. We'll do this. There we go. So you can see we just added a bunch of stuff in without doing much work. So PCG rules, right? So all of the grass bits are a little big. And some of them are clipping into our meshes, which is fine. Gotta accept. So what we could do to avoid that, we could just draw in smaller areas. What the frick is this? Why is it drawing another fence? It should not be drawing another fence. That's super odd. We'll fix that in a second here. Actually, I'm gonna cancel, because that doesn't make any sense. Is it because I had it selected? Possibly. Let's go to selection. Does it disappear? It doesn't. Okay, what? I don't know what happened there. That was bizarro. Spacing tool actor, paste spacing tool actor. Okay, I'm just gonna redraw the fence. Forget the fence. Fence is dumb. So we'll just do that. I don't know what happened there, or why I added it to the existing thing, or why it even added a fence, because I didn't tell it to. So it was supposed to add these static meshes that I already had. So okay, anyways, so we're gonna draw this. We're gonna add some static meshes once again. We'll do some tall village grass, which will be 1. We will do village wheat, which I think actually should be like 5. And then some village grass. Looks like you can't do individualized scaling unless you open the static mesh itself, I guess. Okay, so we'll do this. We'll do some flowers. Okay. And we'll get into the cinematics here in a second here, everybody. We'll just make sure that we're, this will be 3, 3. And for the sampling, points per square, we don't want uniformity, we want point size. We'll fix all that in a sec. We'll just draw our little area here. Okay. Points per square, we can probably bump that up a little bit. Pretty good. Right? Pretty random. Okay, we'll draw some more here. God damn me. Getting a little ahead of myself here. Okay. We're gonna hit accept on that. We're gonna draw some new stuff here now. Draw a spline surface. Does it redraw the same old? It does. Okay, that's really annoying. So do you have to make a new tool each time or what? Draw a spline surface. Raycast rules. Okay. That doesn't matter. Projection, random speed, global transform. So yeah, you know what? Actually, I like this volume idea, to be honest. Now let's undo that. Okay, I'm gonna exit PCG mode. I gotta look into that because that doesn't make any sense to me, to be honest. So, that's fine. We'll have this nice stuff in the background here. Okay. I want if you want to make it a linear scene is something like in Black Myth. Do I use an auto landscape material? You could, sure, 100%, right? There's a course under blah blah called free 6-hour auto landscape. Yeah, I gotta look into that actually. The auto landscape material. You could add a small landscape and use auto material to generate it, and then paint it to round the edges. Yeah, for sure. What are you up to? Benji says, what are you up to, everybody? We are working on cinematics today. We are just building the little area that we're going to be doing the cinematics in. Okay, so let's get started with the cinematic. We just got to figure out a scene, right? So, I mean, I don't know, maybe two guys. I got the animation thing. Let's see what animations we got. Free animation library, animations. Oh, they got a revive in here. That'll be good to know. Somebody asked for a revive system in the request, so that's good to know. Is there interaction? Oh, damn, they have interactions? That's nice. Grab, closing, press L button, press R button, release. Okay, so there's some interesting interaction ones. There's some idle, falls, crouch, cover. Counter, finisher, climbing animations. Yeah, everybody, I don't know what we want to... What's the downed animation look like? Is that someone chilling? We could just do someone chilling, right? And then they get up, because we have the animations for that. Down, reviver, self-revive. So this is them getting up. Let's not use that one. Let's see what the self-revive looks like. I'm just trying to think of how these can all be patched together. So we can probably start that animation late. Just them getting up, right? Right here. And then we can blend to those animations. So can I have... Oops, sorry, where was it? Right here. I'm not terribly good with animation either, but yeah, I thought you could set this and like re-export it. Okay, and there's like a starting frame somewhere, right? Animation track, blah, blah, blah. Somebody in chat will know. Do you just do it in the blueprint editor where you just set the starting frame, which in this case for us is frame 115? Let's see here. Okay, anyway, so yeah, we'll have someone kind of lounging. We'll use the downed animation, even though it's not technically correct. Like, there's no, you know, lounging animation or whatever the case is, but... cover, maybe there is ladder, jump, jog, land, roll, ledge, climb, mantle, pole, slide, stairs, swimming, unarmed, prone, vault, walk. Let's just have somebody, you know, they're lounging and then they get up and then they kind of walk through their farm, you know, and look at their chickens and their sheep and whatever the hell they have. You know, that's simple cinematic, right? So, and then I'll show you guys how to do all that kind of stuff and we'll make it pretty cinematic here. So, okay, so the first thing you need to do, so we've made our level, whether this is a playable level or not. If you want to make a special level in, what's it called? So a special level for a specific cinematic, that's up to you. I'm gonna show you, because you can render your level sequence. That actually poses a couple of different issues in terms of when you're paying attention to stuff. So, but anyways, let's make a level sequence. So we'll go to content. We'll just make one here. So we'll actually, sorry, you know what you can do is you can just come up here, add level sequence right here. Okay, so now we're gonna create one, and we'll just call this Farmer Joe, right? Or Farmer Joe, whatever. Okay, let's get open our animation sequence. So a couple things we want to check out here. First of all, our FPS. This does not have to be 60 FPS if you're doing a cinematic. Okay? So I just want to make that super clear right now. It does not have to be 60 FPS for a cinematic. If you're going for a true cinematic look, you're going to want to do 24 FPS. Okay, that is what... Or if you're in the UK, 25 FPS. Okay, so film is always shot in 24 frames per second. Or if you're in the UK, it's shot at 25 frames per second, and that's just the format we choose. Okay, 30 is not generally used. It's more for like just regular videos, like YouTube videos and stuff. The only film like that I know of that's been shot in 48 frames was the Hobbit series. Peter Jackson was shooting this in 3D and shooting it in 48 frames. I thought it looked really good. It made the battle scenes look freaking epic, to be honest. You just have more information per second that your eyes are taking in. They say if your eyes were a camera, that 60 FPS is what it sees. That's why everyone's kind of, you know, drooling over 60 FPS, right? Because it just looks so good. But if you're going for a true cinematic look, you're going to do 24 frames per second, okay? You guys are talking about, blah, blah. We better get FPS in our movies, or better FPS, yeah. 100%. Okay, so 24 frames per second. This here, create a key when properties change. So that is an auto key thing. You want to turn that on. Okay, right here is our director blueprint for this sequence. So we can have specific events fire and have specific things happen inside our director blueprint while this sequencer is happening. Okay, so I can show you guys a couple of things there. So the first thing we need to do is, I gotta move my camera because I can't see some stuff, so hopefully it doesn't look too bad. I'm gonna look, you guys can see my monitor, but I don't care. So, anyways, we are going to add an actor to track. So, you can choose anything that's already in your level, or you can do a new empty binding, like we're gonna do here. Okay, and then we can do a... I believe it's... Sorry, I can't remember exactly how to do this. Maybe it's not empty binding, pardon me. Let's drag our player in. But not our player character. We want to drag in the player's control rig if that's available, ideally. Oh, search for control rig. CR _ perfect. Okay, drag the control rig in here. Why are we dragging the control rig in here? Because you can animate stuff with it, right? And since we have the control rig in here, we can put animations on it, and we can modify the animations if we want, and all that kind of stuff, right? So, so the transform track, we're just gonna drag this down. We're gonna check, move his, pardon me, that's gonna say it's 0. His, oh, that's location. I want rotation. Pardon me. So it was the yaw. So we're gonna put him. Let's just go select. Can I move him as a whole? There we go. Okay, let's move... Oh, that's the wrong thing. This is it this one? Where is it? Where's the root? Is that... Yeah, that's the root there. Okay. So we're gonna move the roots. Actually, no, I don't want to do that. I want to move the whole... I want to move the whole guy. Okay, so we'll move the whole guy. He's gonna be lounging at this tree. Okay, so We'll go over there, we'll set the scene up here first, and then we'll do the cinematics afterwards. So we'll rotate him again so that he's whatever, but we'll get that animation on. So the way we do that is we come up to the mannequin body, we're gonna hit the plus. Pardon me, we're gonna do right here, it's animation, it's already available to us. So we're gonna choose an animation which is gonna be the downed. Down? What happened? What's it called here? Okay, well, we know where it is, right? So we're gonna just go to content. We'll go to this. We'll do the animation library, animations, revive. Here it is. Downed idle. So we want this one. I'm going to dock and layout, and I'm gonna put this sure up here. Okay, so move that over. So the down, where we can just put that right in here, I believe. Yeah, is that it? Yeah, spawns, transform. That didn't work, so sorry. Animation. What's it called? Anim down, I guess. Anim underscore down. Why can't I find this one? What is happening? I'm confused why we can't put this in here. Spawn, transform. You know what? I'm sorry. Maybe it's not the. Maybe we don't want the control rig. I mean, you can animate your own stuff in here, but I've done this before, so I don't know why it's not working. Let's just delete this, I guess, and we'll just add another new animation. Okay, animation, and then can we select? These should work with the basic mannequin. I don't know why. Perhaps we'll get rid of this then, and we'll just put in the like Manny mannequin, like the skeletal mesh. Add actor to track. Because maybe this only works with this. I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me because it's the same skeleton as far as I'm aware. If I go to this, open this guy up. Skeleton is the Manny skeleton, so it should be targeted and everything for that. Might need to be retargeted for whatever reason. Perhaps, let's see. So we'll go right click, we'll go retarget animations. It's on the mannequin, so I don't know, man. So let's just throw the skeletal mesh in here instead. So third person, blueprints, no, sure. I don't know where it is, so I'll just open them up and then we'll put in, we'll open this up. Oh, it's Quinn. Do we want Quinn or do we want Manny? Let's do, we said Farmer Joe, so we'll put Manny in here. Okay, there we go. Much better. Okay, so we'll close first person over there. Now, with him selected, I can come to add, and I can go add actor, add Manny, simple. Okay, so now he's in there. Can I add these things now? That doesn't make any sense, everybody. Why is there a bunch of stuff that just doesn't make any sense happen on these streams? Oh, you want to hear the most annoying thing? Oh yeah, that was actually, it was last stream. We were wondering why stuff was not calculating properly, and like it did a function, it exited the function, and even though the exec pin was connected to the next node, it like redid the function. Like it did the function twice for some reason, and there's nothing in there that was telling it to redo the function. So we were all super confused, and we ended the stream on that confusion. But anyways, yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just have to retarget or replace skeleton. Yeah, I guess. It looks like there is two. So what's this one skeleton? That's what we need to know. SK Manny, mannequin. Game characters, mannequins, meshes. So that's what we need to retarget all of these to. So I'm gonna go to content. I'm gonna go to free animation library. I'm gonna open animations, and then I'm just gonna search for animations right here, if I can. custom filters, all filters, animation. Okay, so we'll just put animations on. There's nothing here, hey? Okay. No animations in the animation folder? That is interesting. Library. We don't want animations or that. We want animations. Animation sequence, right? Right here. There we go. Okay. So we're going to select all. We're going to go to replace skeleton. And hopefully this works. I didn't see it. Oh, okay, there it is. We want the mannequin, probably this one. It was in free animation library demo, so not that one. I mean, you know what we could do instead? I mean, we could just use the mannequin, or the static mesh, skeleton mesh, pardon me, from the pack, but I mean, there, that's how you retarget animations. Okay, there. Can I use these animations now? Look at that. Oh, okay, so super cool. So we want downed. Is my camera crooked? Crooked to me. And I'm yeah, downed. There we go. Okay, so there's the animation. It's not playing because we don't have a camera yet. So we are going to add a camera cut track for one, and then we're going to add a Cine camera. Where is that Cine camera? I probably actually have to add it this way. So we'll go this guy. Add Cine camera actor. Okay. This looks different than the camera from that you're normally used to seeing on the player character. That's because there's a bunch more settings on here. You can already see this looks way more cinematic than anything the other thing could produce. Okay, so we'll have that selected. We're going to add a actor to track Cine camera. Okay, and we're going to call this camera, we'll call it A cam. Okay, so in the world of film, generally speaking, you have multiple cameras running at once. You're not cross shooting. That's uncommon. It does happen, but you don't cross shoot over, so you don't have you know what, I'm gonna have two characters in this, and maybe we'll just have them, you know, standing there in the idle position, and they'll just be talking, right? Because I'm just gonna show you guys some like cinematography stuff. So we are going to duplicate Manny then. Duplicate. Okay. We don't want this downed idle now. Okay, so there's Manny. We are going to have to move one of the Mannies and rotate him. Okay. Okay, and then blocking-wise, we're going to have to offset them like this, right? So we'll do this. Oh, what's happening? I'm rotating a bone that I shouldn't be rotating. Okay, so right now I don't have any things keyframed, so nothing's going to change. This is going to be the starting position for the two of them. Okay, so the camera angles, if I actually go to my am I in my camera? I am, yes. Okay, so I'm in my camera right now. So this is obviously going to be called like an over-the-shoulder shot, so it'll be something like this, right? A little bit too much headroom on that, but something like that is generally what you want. So, obviously it's out of focus, we gotta fix that, but yeah, in film you don't cross-shoot, like you're not gonna have two cameras shooting the other way. What you're gonna have is you're gonna have this camera, so A cam, and then we're gonna duplicate this. Should we no, so, oh sorry, undo, we do want to do that. Duplicate, yes. Okay, this is gonna be called B cam, okay? B cam is going to be on a tighter lens, so I'm going to explain all this now. So aperture is going to be how much light, how sensitive your camera is to light, essentially, is what aperture is, okay? So you want this at a, like, the lowest possible setting, okay? Because that means that you're going to get the best color range. The higher this is, the less light it, or sorry, I'm getting turned around. It's either less or more, I can't remember. But anyways, so you can see the focus actually change by changing the current aperture, but that's because more light is getting let in, right? The less light we let in, the more kind of cinematic we can make it look. 2.4 is like default aperture for film, okay? I'm very sensitive to not light. Normally folks import the skeleton meshes and then the animations one by one with only the skeleton. Yes, does moving a certain camera type render faster than others? No, it doesn't make a difference, honestly, but what makes a difference is how cinematic this is going to look, okay? So anyways, so A-cam is also going to be probably a 2.4. Okay. Current focal length, this is your lens size. So the higher your lens is, the tighter your frame's going to be. So B camera, we are going to be on a tighter lens. I would say maybe like a 50. We'll do a 50. Maybe even a 72. So we'll do a 72. We're going to move this over. And we'll frame them like kind of like that. We'll figure it all out once you get the animations in. Okay, so the higher your focal length, obviously the tighter your camera is, but the deeper you have of depth of field, okay? So manual focus setting length, now we can actually play around with this. So I'm going to move this down till we get him into focus, just like this, okay? In real life film, the focus is just so critical now. Like obviously back in the old days with film, like film reels and stuff, the quality of the film wasn't that bad. So if you were off by a little bit with focus, wasn't really a big deal. But nowadays, like, you know, they're shooting in 8K right now, like raw 8K. 8K, don't buy an 8K TV. That's really stupid. Nothing's coming out in 8K, and you're not going to watch anything in 8K for at least another 10 years. But they're shooting in 8K right now, raw. So if you're pulling focus between two actors, like you have to just like the director has to basically decide, or the cinematographer or whatever, whether they want to focus on the tip of their nose or like their eyes, which it's like it's that, you know, exact now. So it's crazy. What is the effect where it blurs things close to the camera? Depth of field. So yeah, I will show you guys some rack focus here. As well. So this is basically it's a cinematic tutorial. I'm just kind of teaching you guys what I know. So I think for this camera, we'll change the focal. I think 35 is good. 35 is your basic lens in film. That is like your standardized lens. For wides, you're going to want to do like 18. And then see how now most of the things are in focus now because we chose a shorter lens, right? 18 I think is like as wide as you can go on just standard lenses. You have to get specialized lenses to go down to like 14 or even to 12, like ultra wide lenses. Those are really specialty ones. But yeah, 24 is pretty normal to go on. 35 is like our standard. Yes, so 50 is normal, 72 is normal. I've seen 100mm lenses. You can get zoom lenses that go from 18 to 72 on your cameras. But here's the trick. You don't want to zoom with this in your movie. Zoom kills your film career, basically, is how they teach it, right? So you want to add movement by moving the physical camera, not by changing the zoom lens, because it just looks super amateur. Okay, just reading some comments here. If you guys have any questions for Unreal or for me or whatever, you can post them in the Q&A up top there, and I'll answer them in a later time here. There's nothing in there right now, so yeah, we'll do live chat. Okay, so once again, we're not going to be zooming in the middle of our scene. Like, we're not doing this. That's kills your film career. Okay, so don't do that. Move the physical camera. So we're going to check our focus for this. We're just going to move it back. We're going to be focused on him because this is his coverage. Right? So the way you do film, you block this. This is real film. So this is the same but different in the sense. You're gonna block the scene. So you get the scripts, you get all the actors on set, you get the director and the cinematographer, and they're gonna block the scene. So where the actor's gonna stand when they say each line, how's it all gonna look, blah 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 blah. Crew stands there and watches. They don't say a goddamn word. You don't freaking talk during a blocking. Okay. By the way, make sure you're out of your camera if you want to like look at some other stuff here. Okay, so there's our two cameras. This is literally exactly how it would look in real life, except they'd probably both be on dollies. You do a blocking, you figure out what the scene's gonna look like. And then you're gonna do the setup. So you'd set up all the lights, all the cameras, all the grip equipment. Other departments like sound's gonna figure out like where they can get the boom in, if they need cable run, if they need a plug on the end of their mic. Departments like the ones I had, locations, you're going to be looking at what's in the shot, where we got to stop people from walking through, blah, 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 blah. So all that kind of stuff happens on the setup. Then you're going to come in, do a rehearsal. Actors come to set. then you guys rehearse. You pretend like you're shooting, but you're doing some rehearsals. It's just for everyone to kind of feel it out. Really unprofessional to just not do rehearsal unless it's like really like you're like, oh, we're losing light, we need to shoot now, right? Then you would probably just shoot right away. But yeah, everybody wants a rehearsal. Actors want to just kind of they've had a second while they're doing the setup to like kind of get get into the mindset of where the character's going to be, kind of emotionally prepare for whatever the scene is, right? So really important that there is a rehearsal. Then you shoot the scene, and after that, then you move on to coverage. So you start with what's called the master, which is going to be basically the widest part of the scene. So it'll be something like this, like what my frame is right now. This would be what your shot is for the master, right? So this is going to basically show all of the action from start to finish in the master, okay? Then you're going to move into what's called coverage, which is what these are, right? So now we're going to get his coverage, over the shoulder, and then a tighter, on him, right? So then you're going to turn around, so now you're going to get the other person's coverage, right? So you're going to set up the cameras over here, and we're going to get maybe the over the shoulder here. We're going to get rid of him. We don't need him in the scene. Am I not selecting him, or do I have to be outside of a... Oh, we're in animation mode. Select. Goodbye. Okay. Animation. Okay. So, yeah, so then we get his coverage over the shoulder, maybe a bit tighter, and then we would, if we needed them, we'd get some close-ups or cutaways, like, maybe we come over here and we get some B-roll of, like, these chickens eating, and then, because the way film works, you'll do 3, 4, 5 takes of a scene. Maybe the director likes one part of take 2, but not the rest of it, but he likes take 3 of this part better, so you're going to cut all that together, basically the best of each take, right? And then... But everything doesn't match exactly, right? So you're going to get cutaways. You're going to cut to different things. Those chickens eating. You're going to cut to like the apple trees and blah blah blah, whatever the hell, right? Whatever is relevant to your story, you're going to show that as B-roll so that you can cut different things together. Then after that, you're gonna shouldn't need to get too much more. So I think in this scene, we'll have these guys talk for 2 seconds. We'll do a little bit of movement, and then this guy's gonna walk away. This guy's gonna walk or run over here, and then he's gonna check on his chickens and his sheep or whatever the case is, right? So we'll do all that. Okay, so yeah, so we're setting up our camera right now. Camera cuts. Here's where things get interesting. So you need some sort of establishing shot. So I think what we'll do here, I always like starting scenes with movement and foreground, so I think we start here. Maybe we start on one of these apples. That's probably actually a good idea. So we'll start here on one of these apples. Maybe one of the apples falls off the tree, and then maybe we come down here and we find our actors like this. And then, oh, I'm already breaking one principal rule. So much to learn in filmmaking. Do you use any kind of editing software outside of UE5? For cutscenes specifically, no. I will do... Or sorry, that's a lie. Because I did a Happy Everything Guys trailer. I did cutscenes in there. So I did all the cutscene stuff in here in Unreal Engine 5, exported it. Then I put it into DaVinci Resolve, and I put the... one sec, my child is... Go away, Madison. Why is the iPad not working? Oh my god, the iPads are not working, everybody. Okay, well, one sec. Sorry, I just realized my microphone was off. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go fix the iPad, go pee, fix the, grab a coffee. See you guys in a sec. Okay, I'm back here. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm like, I just told my cat, I'm like, go away. But yeah, no. She wanted snacks. The iPad was fine. So I gave her some snacks. She's good. Okay, anyways, so I was talking about the fundamentals of film. So, we're gonna go to top view for a second. So, let's imagine this is a basic principle of filmmaking. I'm gonna hide this tree, or can I select it? I'm gonna hide this tree so we can see. So the principles of filmmaking is there's the 180-degree rule. Everybody moo when he gets back. Anyways, thanks everybody, appreciate that. So yeah, so the principles of filmmaking, 180-degree rule. So what does that mean? So if you have a bunch of characters in the scene, you're gonna draw a line from this character to this character. Okay? So notice how the camera's on one side of that line. You do not cross the line. Okay? All of your shots that you plan out, you stay on that side of the line, and you don't change that side of the line unless you physically move across the line. So if I move this camera over here, like in the scene, like I actually physically move it while we're filming, now we're on the other side of the line. Now everything needs to be on that side of the line. And that's just to create, or to avoid creating confusion for the what's it called, the viewer, because so this shot here, for example, we'll just go to ACAM perspective. So okay, we're in this shot here. Say we cut to the other guy's shot. If the camera was literally right here and it switched, now this character is going to be exactly where this character just was, right? So it's going to be really confusing switching back and forth when the characters are literally just swapping places. So next time you guys watch something on Netflix or whatever, just pay attention to that. Like when they're shooting, they're always flipping back and forth on the same side of the line, right? So when you're creating cinematics, you need to understand this rule and understand how this rule works if you want to be any sort of director of some variety. Right? So very important. Obviously between two people, it's really easy to follow this rule. It gets a little bit more complicated when there's multiple people in the scene. So, because the lines, there's basically crisscrossy lines, right? So, anyway, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, all of our stuff, let's bring that tree back. All of our stuff is going to take place on this side of the camera, or this side of the line. Okay. Spatial placement, retention of the viewer. It's a good way to put it. Okay, so what else we got? Let's just start putting some animations on these guys here now. So I'll talk about film stuff as we go here. So we like our focus settings on this, and we like our focus settings on this. But we need some animations to finalize that. So here's some animations here. We are gonna do idle of some variety. Is there like conversation or something like that? Conversate, talk. I guess just idles then. Climb idle, attack idle, cover down, crouch idle, down idle, 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 idle. Okay, so we just added this idle animation. If we play this, nothing's gonna happen because I believe we have to be in a camera. Interesting that didn't work. Why is everything just not working for me here today? That's super strange. Oh, unless it's on him. Yeah, I think it is. So I need to add that same animation here. So I'm just gonna alt drag it up. Or can I? No, I can't. Okay, I can't alt drag it up. I gotta actually physically put it on him. What happened? Sorry, something weird happened, didn't it? Oh, okay, there we go. Yeah. Oh yeah, downed. Well, that animation should be playing anyway, so that's really strange. Anyways, idle. Where are we here? Anim idle. Drag this back to the beginning. Skeletal mesh. Why are you not playing this animation? Someone in chat probably will know. Let's see here. Manny doesn't have a mouth to talk. They could sign. Yeah, I don't have an animation for that, though. I mean, we could do it, I guess, technically with the control rig, but yeah, I'm not gonna screw with that right now. My animation skills suck. Oh, I'm appearing on a podcast next week with another YouTuber named Harvey. His last name escapes me right now. But they're going to be talking about animation, and I was just like, I can't do animation very well, but sure, I'll join. I'm more going to be talking about what I'm talking about right now. So, did you remove the control rig? No, it's right here. So, you know what? That's a good idea. Maybe we can we bake to control rig? I've never had to do that before. It's just freaking worked, to be honest. I can't add an animation track to this. Animation, control rig. Not sure why it's not working. Properties. Here's where you set the section start range. That's good to know. Condition. Nope. Animation idle, playback fixed rates, default slot. Do I have to have it in here? So I retargeted the animations, but I saw his arm moving, but I don't think it actually retargeted it properly, to be honest. So let's fix that, because I think that's what our issue is here. So we'll open up those. You know what? Screw this. Let's just use the regular ass mannequins that are. I'm just going to close the sequencer. Let's just use the regular ass mannequins that come with that animation, because that's, I think, what our major problem is. We'll delete it. Delete all this. Yes, I know, Farmer Joe, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Content and free animation library demo characters, mannequins, meshes. Here we go. Okay. We'll have to reset our scene here, I guess, but it's fine. Maybe we're visiting a grave. How about we do that? Then it's just not them just talking, doing random stuff. Then we can have this guy crouch. And then we'll put a guy behind him as well. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do something more interesting. So, okay, now we'll open the sequencer back up. Contents, Cinetut. Save. Oh shit, that was a level. Oh well. Might as well save everything anyway. Okay, there it is. Farmer Joe. This we can replace. We'll go assign actor, and it's going to be this guy. And this guy's gonna be. I gotta update their transform. Assign actor. This guy. Okay. You can do spawnable actors as well. If you come here, I believe it's convert binding to spawnable actor, and then you can spawn stuff in. Also, I learned this the hard way with doing cinematics in here with Everything Guys game. If you use the level that is the actual level in your game, all of the events and trigger boxes that you have still work. So I rendered when you're actually doing the camera movements and stuff in the editor like this, it doesn't actually do anything in terms of triggering stuff in the game. But if you render this video, which I believe you do somewhere over here, yeah, render. So when you render this movie to like an MP4 so you can use it elsewhere, it actually simulates your game. So if your camera goes through a trigger box that has an event trigger, that event happens, right? So you got to make sure that you don't have anything like that in your level, or disable the events, right? So okay, so let's get some animations working. So yeah, we'll reset this guy over here, and we're going to be doing the crouch animation to start. So we'll just open them up a little bit here. I'm going to be doing some random, saying some random lingo in here, so if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, just ask me. Checked my facial animation fluid yesterday, and it was still full. What? I don't know what that means. Someone is creating a blooper right now to make facial animation fluid. Oh, I see. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so all of my animation experience is in PowerPoint. Yeah, pretty much, right? Mark says mine's in Blender. I've done it in Unreal 5. All I've done in Unreal 5 is adjust the clavicle rotation. Props to whoever learning these systems. It's rare to get it. It's more rare to be good at it. The curve is super steep. Yeah, I mean, the engine itself is super steep to learn, right? So, and I brought that up last stream, right? One of the most daunting engines, or one of the most daunting programs to learn from start, because you got to not only learn the engine, but you got to learn programming, and then you got to learn best practices, and then you got to learn a bunch of different sets of skills and a bunch of different niche things in this engine, like animation or cinematics or coding and blueprints or you know, particle effects. All that stuff is not the same, so, different principles apply to it, right? So yeah, obviously it's gonna be something fun. Anyways, okay, so it's still not working. You know why? I changed the frickin' skeleton. That's funny. I gotta change the skeleton back now. So, for animations, all filters, animation, sequence. Place skeleton with the OG, please. Is this the OG? Yes. For the love of God, work. Still not working. This is frustrating. This should be effing working. So I guess I gotta retarget, maybe. So, retarget animations. Many simple target. This used to be so complicated, by the way. Retargeting animations. I'm so glad it's so easy now. Which one are we using? We're using this guy. Is that the same guy? That's the same guy. Where's the first guy? This guy, I think. Skin him. Okay. Let's pick an animation. So it's working. So Fortnite, humanoid, blah, 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 I don't care. Yeah. So all these, it looks like they're working fine on this original skeleton. It's just not working on this specific thing. So that's really lame. Let's delete these and let's just start over. Okay, so I need to be in selection mode so I can delete these guys. And okay, so we're starting over here. Let's add selection from content browser. What is happening? Oh my god. Undo that. Oh, I see. Okay. Well, we want free animation library. We want to remove this thing here. We're gonna go demo. Sorry, everybody. We're annoyed getting this working here. Meshes. Skeletal mesh. This guy. Okay. I might, if this doesn't work, I might just re-import the animations. To be honest, because then we can just start over that way. Oh shit, sorry, I didn't want to add him. I wanted to do add selection from content browser. Where did he go? There. Top view. Okay. Effective. Okay, so he's in front of this grave. I think I'll do this grave actually instead, because then we can see this one in the background as well. Okay, let's, so here, look, this is a item is spawned by the sequencer by a custom spawnable binding according to the object's spawn track. So, we need to add, I believe it's, binding lifetime, or is it, I think we do a trigger, actually. Let's see what this is. Whoops, what happened? Oh, spawn. There we go. So yeah, we have a spawn track right here. So now this is going to be spawned in. You can toggle this with these to spawn things in and out, right? So we got him now, or sorry, we got that now. Animation, let's try literally any of these. We'll say crouch, idle. Hey, we're working. We're working. Alrighty. Okay, so yeah, we have a crouch animation. This, I believe, is set to loop, so if you make this longer, then it's going to just loop it. We'll just make sure that that's right. That little, you can see that little dotted line there is where the loop point is. Okay, we're obviously going to make this sequence way longer than this. Yeah, he'll be doing his thing there. God, everybody's so shiny. Let's change the time of day, to be honest. By the way, the sun is obviously the ultimate hard light. So if you have a sun available, you should use it. So it's 8 in the morning. We're gonna want to backlight them with the sun, ideally. Which we have this. This is actually what we want in terms of the sun. So what time is that? 9 in the morning. Okay. Yeah, we're gonna leave that as is. Okay, so yeah, so you want to backlight. You need a backlight to like separate the subject from the background. So as you can see, I have a backlight right here, right? So it's just adding this bit of light here on me. And then if you know, I have obviously a fill light right here, kind of filling in my face. Sorry, pardon me. This is my key light, so like that's obviously the main light in your scene. So the same lighting principles are going to apply in Unreal Engine. So you're going to have a key light, which is your kind of main source of light on the subject. So this side of my face is obviously a bit brighter. And then I obviously have a fill light, which I have I have it stylized. It's blue, right? But yeah, that could be a bounce card. So there's like a big white square that they kind of put in a stand, and then it bounces light onto the subject's face, but it's not as powerful as the key light, right? And then yeah, so that's lighting principles. We'll get into that. I don't think we'll need too much of that today because the sun here is, well, it's super freaking bright actually. I think we can turn the sun down to like 7. Maybe 5. Yeah, we'll do 5. Okay, that's actually pretty good. So, ideally, why does this look like that? Whatever it is, I guess. Ideally, you're gonna want, I forgot what I was gonna say, so never mind, don't worry about it. Anyway, so back to this, we're doing our animation. Okay, so he's gonna then get up. So I think there's probably a stand to content browser. I'm just gonna keep this over there. Content, animations, climbing. Where's crouching? Crouch. I'm gonna get rid of these filters because I'm sick of looking at them. Reset filters. There we go. Crouch. Idle. There's no crouch to stand, or do we just blend? I guess we just blend. So we'll just go back to animations. We'll find idle, anim idle. So we'll pull this one in here now. Okay. You're gonna come down here. You see how it turned to this little squiggly line? This is how you blend between animations in the sequencer. So we're going to, I think we can add a second animation track, which we should do. So we'll do this. We'll add a second animation track. Or sorry, do we... Can I just duplicate this? I can, okay. So duplicate the animation track. Now there's 2. So now we can put the idle one down here. Oh, sorry, I gotta delete these because I duplicated the track. So we can put the idle down here. We can kind of drag it over here. And now you can see that I've set this, this blend thing, right? So now, he's gonna stand up and blend to that, even though it looks super jank. I think you have to do blending on both. Yeah, you do. Okay, so we'll start this blend at the same time we start this blend, just to make it the same. Okay, it's really janky. Obviously, like if this is a professional cinematic, then you're gonna, probably do motion capture. To be honest, most AAA games and stuff are using motion capture. I think Unreal Engine's made it pretty accessible to actually do motion capture on your indie games as well, judging by like the 5.6 thing. Like you can do, you can wear this face thing, I guess you can buy. I don't know how much it is, mind you, but yeah, you can buy it. You can do all your face animations and stuff. You can do like motion capture at home now, basically. So, but yeah, obviously when you're motion capturing, it's going to be the same as a film set. You're going to block the scene out. You're going to have some stand-in stuff for them to interact with, because you know what you've planned out the cutscenes and storyboarded them and all that kind of stuff, so you know what it's going to look like. Okay. So, we're not going to worry about... Oh yeah, I was going to show you rack focus. Let's go back to the scene. We're in selection mode. We're going to add a text render. Text render actor. Where did it go? Text render actor. Details. Text is gonna say, here lies, high quality gaming. High quality AAA gaming. and we'll say, 1985 to 2014. That's basically when it started going downhill. So, and we'll center that, and that text will be fine. It's going to set it in the world here. So, okay, we'll rotate that 90 degrees. Obviously, we'll have to shrink that up a little bit. There it is. Okay. World size. We're going to turn that down. You could make a material, obviously, for this kind of stuff in the game, right? So you could, have it be basically a decal, whatever, and you could put it right on that actor, so you wouldn't have to do what I'm doing right now. High quality AAA gaming. Yeah, perfect. Sorry, I'm typing something else. Forever lost, but not forgotten. There we go. So the time of indie games is now, everybody. So make some super awesome games. Everyone's going to buy them. I was actually listening to an Osmond Gold video where he was reacting to something like how indie games are just like taking over the Steam board. I really want to play Escape from Duck-Off. That game looks freaking awesome. So, that's an example. It's like, I don't know who made it. It's a company in China, but it wasn't a very big team. But yeah, like, I was like 5 dudes or something made this game, and it's just like, it's made like $70 million, right? So, you just have to have a good idea, and, don't fall to corporate greed, which most of us aren't going to anyway. But yeah, stay away from Microsoft buying out your studio, and it's going to be great, right? Okay, so yeah, we're not going to do the second guy anymore, just because we're running out of time here, because I want to get off in about an hour. So we are going to pilot this camera, and I'm going to set the frame now. So what we can do is I'm going to make the lens a bit bigger on this. Let's go 50. And this is going to be our establishing shot, right? Or actually, no, I changed my mind. This is not going to be the establishing shot, but that's fine, because we can change this camera, right? So he stands up, and we're going to do that in this frame, right? So we're going to do some camera movements and some rack focus, and then he's going to turn around and he's going to walk towards his chickens and farms, okay? So we're going to do all that kind of stuff. So what is this camera cuts track? We're going to explore that right now. So we're going to make this go to the end of the timeline here. Okay, let's change to B camera. Let's set our frame on B camera. So we're gonna do. Let's just change the focal length to like 35. So we'll just get something figured out here. So here's where we're gonna do the apple thing. Okay, so we'll have an apple start here, and then we will the apple will fall off, and then we're gonna follow the apple down, and then we're gonna let's move this tree over. I mean, in real life, you wouldn't be like, oh, we're going to move that tree over. You would move these physical props. These would be made out of styrofoam on Filmland. So you would literally just move these over and set it. But obviously, we can move the tree because it's Unreal Engine 5. So we're going to do that. Anyways, yeah, tree. So this is how cinematic you can get, right? So obviously, this guy's mourning the loss of AAA gaming. So we're going to show... how, we're gonna have an apple here. The apple's gonna fall off a tree, and it's a bit symbolic that the apple is falling off the tree and starting basically its death cycle, right? Because it's just gonna die, right? So then we're gonna follow that down. We're gonna find him. We're gonna move it over a bit more. Okay, so yeah, this will be perfect. So we'll start here. We'll get the apple. It'll be right up in there, and then it'll fall. We're gonna come down, and we're gonna find him here. Okay, and then we're gonna cut to that camera. Okay, you won't see this camera when we're actually, like, when I hit play, the camera goes away, right? So we don't have to worry about that being in the shot. But let's start off with this shot here. So I like the lens that we have. Let's put an apple in here. So let's add. So we got to find one, or find it in the editor here. So this can get pretty messy. I'm not gonna lie. So just keep that in mind. But content stylized. Dreamscape series, farmlands, meshes, props, I think. Yes. Okay. Now we're going to go back to the, that's selected, sorry. We're going to go back to the, where are you? Here, and we're going to add selection from content browser, and it's going to be this apple. Okay, so here we have an apple now. The apple is going to be spawned. The transform, we got to set it, so we're going to leave our camera here, and we're find wherever that apple went, so that's where our apple is. Do they have a system in here, by the way, where if you, like, click a virtual space, like in 3D space, and just say snap actor to that location? Or I can do this, right? And then I can snap actor to selected, I think is what I can do. But I wish you could do, can you do a 3D space? God damn it. I want that tree. And then I want, where's the apple? Probably on the bottom. Oh no, it's a spawnable actor, so it won't be anywhere. So then I'll click on this, right click, snap, or not attached to, but snap. Looks like you can't. I gotta, no, if I attach it, it's not gonna do anything. Is it? Okay, whatever. Anyways, I was trying to find a little short way to do it, but I guess I can't, so that's annoying. So we'll have to just drag this all over here manually. Okay, and then we'll bring this on up here. Okay, we'll frame that. Now that it's close-ish to our camera, we can go to B cam here. Now we can set this for the frame, right? This is gonna look silly, I guess, in a sense, because so we can also pin this camera. We can click on it, and then we can. There's a pin right here, so we can pin it so we can see our frame, and now we can set this in 3D space. So I actually am going to attach this. Or I'm going to turn the wind off on this. I think you can do that. Static mesh component, blah, blah, blah. Advanced. There's something here. You should be able to turn the wind off. I mean, the quick and easy way, dirty way, is you can come down to the bottom. I believe it's rendering. No, it's something to do with animations. Replication, actor, advanced in here? Nope. OD, ray tracing, blah, 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 blah. Level instancing. Well, the cinematics getting deep, yeah, right? Control F to focus. No, yeah, that's not what I was looking to do exactly, but I'm looking now for, it's in, there's like an animation thing in here somewhere. Rendering, maybe it is rendering. Nope. Okay, I'll search it. It's skeleton update or something. Looks like it's not in here, let's say. It's a static mesh, so maybe that's why it's not in here. Anyways, yeah, I was hoping to just freeze the animation on this tree so we don't have to worry about animating this apple. But, or attaching it. Yeah, let's attach this apple to, I think you can do it through here, right? Transform, template sequence, attach. No, that's for bindings. You make this a parent of this tree. I guess we want to add this tree to the, we want to add this tree to the sequencer since we want to do something with it, right? So can I attach this apple to this tree now? Let's see here. Actor, binding, transform. Yeah, attach. Add a new section by creating a binding to an object in the world. Yeah, I don't think that's what we want because that'll replace the apple with a tree, right? So I think you need to go to Static Mesh Editor and turn off the wind. Yeah, you're right. You're right. I knew there was a way to do it somewhere. Looking for it. Hope you guys have been enjoying the stream so far. And Level of detail thumbnail. It's in here somewhere. It wouldn't be in LODs. Build section. I actually think it'll be in tree leaves, to be honest. We're gonna open that up. Wind settings. Use global wind settings. No. I like how this turned into, like, nothing. Okay, there we go. So that'll work for us. We'll do that. We'll do this. What in the is happening here? Woo, woo. Okay, so that's not what we want, I guess. That is so funny. What is happening here? Sorry, we had to go to the material, right? Oh yeah, there it is. Open that up. I guess we'll turn wind back on. Use global wind settings. And then we'll just change wind sway intensity 0. Save the package. Dancing trees, dancing moo cows. We still got wind, so why do we have wind here? I turned it to 0. Oh, influence 0 as well, maybe? Oh, enable wind? No. Let's do that. All these settings you gotta learn. Alright, there we go. Oh, the apples are also doing the whole tree itself is doing it. Oh boy. Okay, well, I guess we can open the apple tree here. We can go to the tree trunk, I guess. Enable wind, no. And the apples, we are going to open that now, and we're gonna enable wind, no. Save. It's cool that wind's in there, but yeah, we don't need it for this cinematic. Okay, there we go. So now we got this. We got our apple. We are gonna put the apple somewhere, you know, that makes sense. Like not on a leaf, but maybe we'll have to put it on a leaf. Who knows? We'll put it up here. I mean, in terms of our camera, I think that's pretty good. Okay, and so maybe not. We'll make it go a bit lower. It just, yeah. Let's rotate it so like it's not like perfect, if that makes sense. Maybe we got to do a bit higher. Sure. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we are going to, we'll fix the idle animation of our guy and stuff when we actually see him, but let's, we could do that now too. We'll just move these down a bunch. Okay, so how do you use, okay, there we go. All the shortcut keys change in every program you use, so it's like, I'm used to using DaVinci, now I'm using this. Anyways, make sure that this cut goes all the way to the end here as well. Okay, so, right now with this cut is A cam, so we're gonna right click and go change camera B cam. So we're gonna select the B cam here. We can add, we can add cuts and then we can change the camera shots, right? So you can set all your cameras up exactly where you want, and then you can cut to them with this camera cuts track. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna do a quick animation on this guy, spawn, whatever the hell here. So we'll do transform rotation. Okay, so we'll put a keyframe there. We'll maybe have it, I'm glad there's some wind in the background to like give this shot some life, but we're gonna rotate this guy. Rotation, I think pitch is what I want. But I want the pivot point somewhere else. What's the shortcut for changing the pivot point without going to the modeling mode? Somebody told it to me the other day, and I was like, oh, I didn't know that. You show an apple in the frame, then show other apples falling above you. You would have to simulate it breaking free from the tree. You would have the same effect. Yes, or what? Yeah, true. Um, okay, anyway, so yeah, hopefully someone will tell me. I mean, I know you can go to Alt click. Is that it? That's not right. No way. No, Alt click is duplicate, Mark. Alt middle mouse, yeah. Okay, Alt middle mouse. Oh, I'm hitting the Windows key like usual, and I moved the camera. So Alt middle mouse. Okay, nice. Does this change the static or the pivot point for all of them, or just this one? Because that would be good to know. Oh, do I have to hit apply, or what the fuck? Okay, so you see how it updated automatically here? Yeah, I mean, that does not look good at all. Alt middle mouse. Yes, I did that. So it worked. It just didn't move the pivot point. First selected. Okay, so I mean, yeah, that's what I wanted, which it did work for me initially. But for some reason now I can't. Or do you have to right click and then pivot offset here? No, that didn't work. Pivot set as pivot offset. Does that work? There's a cool shortcut for moving the. Yeah, I knew. Yes, like I said, somebody told me it existed. I just didn't. Yeah, I think that should be like what we're doing here, not what I was doing before. So something super subtle. So yeah, sure, and then we'll do like another back, and then we'll have it break off. And then right here, it'll disconnect. So we'll hear a snap, and then we will do a location keyframe right here, just so we can have it fall. And then we are gonna grab the Z, and we're gonna, and then while we do that, let's do the rotation as well, or do a new rotation. It'll rotate this way as it's falling. Ideally. Anyways, location Z, we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna see how that looks. So it's gonna rock back and forth. We'll skinny that up, it's taking too long. That's also taking really long, it's like falling in slow motion. So we're gonna take these keyframes and we'll just shuffle them back. Back even more. Okay, there it goes. You can also open up the graph editor here, and we can select specific keyframes like this one. We want, so this is the apple. That's really handy, by the way. It opens the selected thing in this grid editor instead of having all of them, because that gets really freaking annoying. Anyways, we specifically want location, and we want the Z, so you can click on that, you can edit this specifically. So we want this to start kind of slow, but not really. So we're going to drag this out. So what you can do is you can hit enter here. You can add another keyframe, and then you can blend neighbor, right? So now we can blend this up a little bit. So it's going to start, right? So that's kind of what we're looking for. Maybe we make it happen a little bit faster. So we'll say this. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, so we're gonna, that looks really good, but we're gonna make this fall just a tad faster, so we're gonna skinny this up. Okay, perfect. Alright, so now we're gonna do our camera movement, so we're gonna come up to our camera, which is B-cam. We are gonna make sure we have a transform track, which we do. We're gonna make sure that we add before the apple actually falls, we are going to add a keyframe, okay? So we're at a keyframe right here. One other thing I want to add is a sound. Apple add audio, and then I don't know if a break is in here somewhere. Switch flashlight. Sure. I don't know what that'll sound like, but it'll sound something like a break. But yeah, you can put that in here. Sorry, I gotta zoom in here. So that's pretty much perfect when it starts falling, right? So I don't know what it sounds like because I have my main notes turned down because I don't want you guys getting feedback. So hopefully that sounds all right. It probably sounds like a little off because it doesn't sound exactly like wood breaking, but it is what it is. Okay, so it falls. We are going to add a camera move now. So let's go to our B cam, go to our transform track. We've added keyframe. Okay, so we're going to go to location. So notice, this is where we're going to do some rack focus as well. So we're focused on this apple, which we'll double check is in focus. As far as I know, don't think there's anything available in Unreal Engine for you to actually, like, confirm check your focus, like there is in professional, you know, if you're doing, like, visual effects or something like that, usually you can, like, zoom in on something and then you can actually, like, check your focus to make sure that it's good. That right there looks the most in focus to me, just going by my eye. So decent. I guess the curve approximates that. Sorry, modeling mode is the only way I know. Instead of making it drop with keyframes, could it be done with a time trigger and have world gravity make it fall so it looks more realistic? Yes, I think you can do that, actually. Yes, yes you can. I believe what all you do is, yeah, you just get a you right click and you add a, you know what, let's do that maybe quick. I don't think it'll take too long. So yeah, we're on our apple. We're going to add a event trigger. Okay, so we're gonna have a trigger track now. Okay, you could also have the audio play off a trigger as well, right? So but anyways, we got an event. We are gonna add an event right here. So it just added a little keyframe there. You're gonna right click, you're gonna go to properties. You're going to go to endpoint. It's going to say unbound. We're going to create a quick bind, or sorry, create a new endpoint. It's going to open up our director blueprint. So now this is our apple. Okay, so our custom event for our apple. We can rename this to apple fall. Okay, we're going to grab. Here's a reference to our apple itself, a static mesh actor object reference. Enable. Set simulate physics, and we're going to make sure that it is we're going to set it to enabled, but first I think you gotta make sure that the static mesh set collision enabled static mesh component. We want to make sure that this is set to collision enabled before we simulate physics, or else you're going to get some errors. Okay, so let's get rid of this messiness. Plug this into, oh yeah, this into this. Okay, so we'll hit that. Let's simulate physics. And let's see what happens. We will go back to the to this. I don't want to delete these just in case it's not working, and I just want to move on. So I'm just gonna screw it. It didn't take that much time. So is this the? Yes, this is the apple. We'll get rid of location. Okay, and then I believe. Yeah, so it didn't work. So did I not do something correct here? Let's see. Oh, you know what? We need to be simulating our game, actually. So if I simulate our game, and then go to this camera, I believe. Simulate it. Does it work? Doesn't work. Oh, it did work. It's colliding with the tree mesh. So it did work, you just gotta simulate your game. So, which in this case, obviously, if we were simulating our game, or if we had an in-game cutscene or whatever, your game's already running, right? So, okay, so let's tell this tree to have no collision, and then that'll probably work a little bit better for us. So we'll stop it there. Okay, so we'll click on this tree. We'll go to, we're at details, physics, collision. Where is it in advanced? No, where are you? Collision default, no collision. Okay, so no collision on that tree now. Hopefully it doesn't fall through the map. Oh no, it shouldn't, because there's no, it's not simulating physics, so. Okay, so we will hit simulate again. And we'll hit play on our sequence here. Now this is gonna fall. Gravity should take it. It's still colliding with something here, so I think the apple shouldn't have. Oh no, apple needs collision enabled. What is happening with our apple? Oh, I keep re-triggering it. That's what's happening. So we're gonna stop that. Why is this not working now? So this is set to no collision, so it shouldn't be interacting with anything. Doesn't have physics enabled. What is interacting with this guy? Reading comments. Start downloading Windows. I got the blood flowing. Oh, everyone's talking about caffeine. Yeah, your caffeine levels will be really good if you get one of them TG cups down in the in the shop there. All right. So why is this not working here? I set this to have no collision. Maybe I just gotta open the static mesh and deal with some stuff there. Maybe all static mesh, apple tree, sure, whatever. Collision preset block all. I mean, but this should be set, like you should be able to set this with every single mesh, so I don't know why this would be the issue, right? What happened? No collision? Oh, Unreal Engine froze, that's what happened. Is it because there's a bunch in the world already? Anyways, okay, there we go. What was the... somebody did a shortcut for showing collision without opening, this guy. So the apple has collision, which it would need if you're simulating physics, right? Oh, yeah, the whole tree doesn't have collision, so there's nothing on there that has collision. Okay, I mean, I don't know. See how it works here. But, go to the top here, bcam. We will not look at collision. We will simulate our game. Let's see what happens. Bcam. Go. Okay, so you can do it, but yeah, it's for some reason it's like it keeps I don't know. I'm not sure what it's hitting. Unless this oak tree's collision is huge. That's actually a point I didn't consider. Why does this camera look like it's zoomed in? Goes that way, maybe? Okay, anyways. Yeah, does this oak tree have collision that I didn't consider? It's using complex, so... everything else seems fine. So yeah, that's just it's a collision thing of some variety, so I'm not gonna get into that, I think, because that's really annoying. So all I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna turn off collision here so I don't see it, and then we're just gonna do what we did before. Okay, so I get the apple. Okay, it falls right here, so we'll do transform, location. Okay, and then we will have it fall. I think it was pretty quick, right? Down here. We'll open the select, make sure the apple's selected. This guy. You can select these and hit F to frame it, so you don't have to deal with any of that BS. Okay, and then I'm gonna hit enter, and then I'm gonna blend to the nearest, so it starts falling a little bit slower. Oh man, that ripped. That ripped. That's gonna be. So zoom out a little bit. Whoops. We will out. If you hold shift while you're moving these, by the way, whoops. If you hold shift while you're moving these, by the way, then it would. If you move it left or right, it's going to stay on the x-axis, and if you move it up or down, it's going to stay on the y-axis on this whatever value you have. Okay, so I'm going to hold shift. It's going to stay on this x-axis, and I can't move it up or down now, so that's really nice for not changing some values and making it look all screwed up. Okay, so that looks pretty good. I might move this a little bit. There, that looks pretty good. Okay, so we're going to go with that. We're going to move on here because we haven't even framed anything yet. So, all right, the apple's in focus. Now we're going to go here. We're going to get some errors, actually, if we don't delete this event, because it's going to say we tried to simulate physics, but blah, 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 I don't care. We're not going to deal with that. Okay, so that's going to fall down. As it falls, or starts falling, we're going to have our camera move down. Is this our camera? It is. Okay, so we're going to do a nice, slow crane move down. Okay, so let's say here, we're going to move our camera down, and we're going to rack focus to this. Okay? How long does that take? Is that sufficient? That's pretty good. Okay, so first off, we need to get the animation lined up here with our action. So we're gonna hit, we gotta find that here. Bcam. I'll fix the movement after, but here we go. Animation. Here they are. Okay, so we want the animation to be here. We don't need it to start right away. He's gonna be in his T pose here. We don't care. Oh, actually, we do care. We see his head right there. So move it back just slightly. Okay, you see his head the whole effing time. So perhaps we'll just move the camera up just a tad so we can frame out his head. So location, we're gonna go hit this to go back to the beginning frame, and we'll just move this up just slightly. Okay, so we don't see his head now. Perfect. He's in his T-pose, now he's crouching. And we go down and we find him here, okay? And then he stands up, but we're going to actually change that stand up. We're going to extend... I keep hitting Alt to zoom in, which is a DaVinci Resolve shortcut. Okay? We're going to keep him crouched. We're going to get rid of this idle because we're going to cut to the other camera, right? So yeah, he's crouched. And, okay, so now we got to edit the smoothness of this camera's movement. So we're going to... select these keyframes. We're going to select the B camera, and then we're going to do the graph editor. Okay, so these are the keyframes we want to edit. We're going to frame those. We need to add a keyframe here and a keyframe here. Okay, and we're going to blend to nearest for both of these because we want it to be nice and smooth, everybody. Nice and smooth camera movements. Move this over to the other side. I'm just going to hit play. There's a nice-ish. It's kind of aggressive. After a second there, so maybe I'll blend this down a little bit, just over here. Maybe something like that. Okay, let's see what it looks like. I don't know. I don't like it as a cinematographer. It's still a little too quick, all around, so... Let's make, sorry, I keep forgetting this. I'm making this a bit longer, but then it does drop off a little bit further, so let's maybe do something like this, and then this has got to be something like this. We want just like a more gradual stop. Okay, and then I'm going to zoom out because I want to actually make this camera move longer. What are these? Sorry, what are those? Okay, it's okay, they're just other location keyframes. That's fine because, we didn't change anything about them, but I'll move them down anyway just for simplicity's sake here. Okay, so these two, we're gonna move down further. Because it's just not long enough, you know? The camera move needs to be small and subtle, just like that. That's cinema, everybody. Can't see that link for the merch, though. Interesting. Never missed an opportunity for self-promotion. 100%, I mean, you know, I like doing this. Gotta make money somehow, right? So, where's that link? Can you let me know if you, like, unfull screen the video and scroll down? Like, you see my store there? Because I just set it up this morning, so it should be there. But anyways, yeah, so let me know if it's not there. We'll fix it after. And then remember, everything on the store right now is 25% off, which is, there's only 2 items. But if you guys want something else, specifically like stickers or hoodies or whatever you guys want, just let me know and I'll get it all set up, okay? So anyways, that's our movement. One thing we're missing here is we need to do a rack focus. We need to pull focus from this falling apple that is, I just realized, is literally still there. So we literally passed the falling apple right here. So that apple needs to go all the way to the ground. So let's... unpilot our camera and let's find the apple right here. Let's find the transform track, which is right here. Okay, so there's where it stops, but we want it to keep going. So let's just put this on the ground. We're not going to see this apple. Okay. Ideally, we're not going to see this apple. That is the most slow-mo apple fall ever. So perfect. Okay, that's good. So now we won't see that on Bcam when we go there. Okay, apple falls, we come all the way down, and now we need to pull focus. So we're going to start pulling focus basically as soon as we want this apple tree to stay in focus until about here. Once we start seeing him, we're going to start rack focusing the other way. So we're going to add a keyframe for our focus, and then we're going to, we want it to be in focus probably pretty much here. Okay, so now we got to focus on the character. Okay, and then you'll see that that's how we get that cinematic look, right? That's why this Cine camera is just freaking epic. Okay, so let's zoom out and let's go to the beginning and let's just watch it one more time. Okay, here we go. Our apple swings in the wind. That doesn't exist right now. And then it falls, and then we follow our apple down. Find our guy, rack focus, right? Very cinematic, right? So, thanks, Fat Man, for that link. Appreciate it. So, now we're going to switch cameras after we've rack focused and finished our move here, okay? So, let's pilot the other camera now, so A cam. Okay, so we're going to make sure our focus starts on the Here Lies AAA Gaming, okay? We're going to do a zoom out, I think. I say zoom out, but it's like an actual move, right? So we're going to take this camera. We are going to, you can right click and I believe pilot it in. So we're going to start here. I think that's a little too close. Maybe we change the lens. 50 is too close. Let's do 35. And then we will start here, okay? Let's focus on that now. Okay, right there, perfect. So we're gonna set a focus keyframe here. Actually, no, we don't need one here, pardon me. Because we're starting our focuser, so it should be fine. Actually, sorry, I changed my mind. Sorry, we are gonna need a focus thing there, because we're gonna dolly back. So we need to make sure that we're constantly pulling focus and make sure it's good. Okay, aperture's still good. Transform now. So we are going to get the location. We are going to set keyframes here. We are going to slowly pull back and reveal our main character, and then he's going to stand up, okay? So first, let's make sure that our Manny, where is he? Is right here. Okay, we got to extend this animation a little bit, okay? So let's go back to ACAM now. So let's start here. Let's take a transform. You can right click and do this, I guess. I mean, I guess that's the quickest way to do it. Okay, so I'm just gonna set my end frame. Okay, that's actually probably pretty good. So in terms of composition, don't give him a haircut, like we call it in the business. Like, you want his whole head in the frame, but you don't want, like, you know, this much headroom. Like, you don't want, like, all this empty space here, right? So you want, follow the rule of thirds, right? So basically just draw a line right here and a line right here, and then same thing vertically, your line right here, line right here. You want their eyes to generally be on this line here, okay? So when you're doing some composition and some framing. How would you fade from black before the shot starts on the apple? Would you just do that by turning up the sunlight? Oh, fuck no, you would never do that with sunlight, because that means that the engine now has to re-render shadows, etc., etc. I would do on the camera cut. So you can, I believe you can add. Is it? I thought you could do it off the camera cut. Let's see. I swear, yeah, I swear to God, you could do it off this before. Camera cuts. Nope. You know what I would do? I would cut it right here. So I think you can right click and cut. Or, how do you do that again? Is it in here? Camera cuts. Camera. So we'll do camera. We'll new binding. No. So A camera or B camera? B camera. So okay. So that's what you do. So you select this camera. Now it's a new camera, and now you can you should be able to add like blends to these. I just can't see them on here. I've done this before, but apparently don't ask me how to do it, because I don't remember clearly. Edit. Tolerance, orders, active, properties. Time code, by the way, is just to do with syncing sound. So that'll be if you do actual motion capture. So on the modern day clapper boards, which we call slates, you'll see like there's a bunch of numbers. That's called time code. The sound guys send that off to post production so that they can just sync the video and the sound together without having to rely on the slapper. The slapper thing is just like, I have one here. It's old school. I got one right here. But yeah, I mean, it's just, you know, this is just old school, right? So you would hold this up. This is like the visual slate, so you see everything about what's going on. And then you would use the moment that these connect and the sound's made, so you can hear the sound in the sound track. And then on the camera, you can see this connect, so that's how you would sync up the sound. But now they just have like numbers in here that's just time code, so they just type the time code in, and they're done, right? So down, whatever's good enough. Okay, so figuring out how I've done this before, and it's been a minute, so I can't remember how to do a color tint. Yeah, that doesn't do anything. All right, I was like, oh, that might be due. But yeah, usually you can blend between the two cameras. Like you can, because this is gonna, we're gonna do this later for the other camera, but because you can cut to the other camera, but it's a hard cut. But I thought you could. You have to select them both. Properties. Nope. Camera. You know what? Let's delete this and let's just extend this out. I think instead, sorry, let me just zoom out. I think instead you could probably just play with aperture for that. ACAM. Aperture of 0 is like you can't see. Okay, well in real life I would assume aperture of 0 means you can't see anything, but okay, 2.4, go back to that. I just set a keyframe for that, I'm sure. No, I didn't. Okay. Camera components. Okay, maybe you can do it here. Crop, auto activate, advance. Camera shake, nice, you can do that. Just looking through these here. I legitimately remember dragging out and blending between two different cameras. So I'm super confused why I can't do that right now. So yeah, TBD. I would you could probably also use a UI element for perhaps, but yeah, it's TBD because I can't remember how to do that. But I've literally done that before. So, anyways, we're gonna get down to there. Oh, there's our camera move that we're seeing in the other camera, right? So, is this where we want to do the cut? I think it is. We can do the cut now, so we can just see how to do that. Okay, so let's do the cut right here. Okay, so this is where you would hit the plus, and then you'd hit ACAM. So now it switches. You change to the camera cuts from ACAM to BCAM. Okay. Why do we see that? Oh, I see. Yeah, and then we cut to ACAM, and then we go to that. So that's got to be way slower for starters. Okay, so if we want it to be cinematic at all. Okay, let's select the ACAM and let's go to the graph editor. Okay, zoom out here. We want, is this the whole, yeah it is. Okay, so we want to select all these, hit F to frame them. We're gonna add keyframes here and blend the nearest. Start slower. Then we're gonna have keyframes here and we're gonna blend to nearest. Make it a bit slower. Okay, let's have a look. Sorry, I didn't really get to see. That's like as cinematic as you can get. That's pretty nice. Okay, and then right there after the move comes to a stop, he's gonna stand up, and then we're gonna cut to another shot. Okay, so 2:30. Okay, so we're gonna cut to another shot, or we're gonna have him stand up right there. So let's go to Mr. Mannequin. Okay, we're gonna start our blend right here. We'll add another animation track, or yeah, we gotta. Add section, add new section. Yes, perfect, okay. No animation, but it's going to be right-click properties, animation right here. So now we can set the stand, I guess, idle, just what it's called, right? Straight idle. Okay. Then we can blend that in. Okay. Wow! It's like, I know what I'm doing, film guys! Just kidding. Okay, so focus we gotta work on here, because it's in focus at the beginning here, and then as we pull away, we lose focus. It gets a bit soft, and it's pretty soft here. So, once he finishes standing, we're gonna, or sorry, even before he finishes standing, I think here, like halfway through his stand, we're gonna cut to a new camera shot. Okay, so let's set our... Where is the... So, ACAM... Transform location, we just want to go to... Where he starts standing up. Yeah, so we want to go here. This is where our focus we want to be better. So, high quality. Here lies high quality gaming. So now just double check the whole thing, make sure it stays in focus the whole time, and then you can do some adjustments as you need. But, okay. So there you go. And then, yeah, right here, we're going to cut to a new camera, which we're going to make right now. So we can actually move B camera now. So what we're going to... all while this is happening, we're not going to see what B camera's doing, so we could set a new camera thing right here. Okay, so we'll close this up. We'll go to B cam. Oh, we can add a couple more things in the shot, which we'll do after. Add a fade track. Can you do that? Can you do that? I mean, that would be dope if you could do that, actually, but I don't... not that I know of, anyway, for doing that kind of stuff. Okay, anyways, so yeah, we're gonna move B camera here, so let's swap to B camera. We are going to, if we move B camera, we're going to... Where's the transform? We're gonna set some new location, where, or maybe not. B camera... We should be setting new B camera stuff. Yeah, that's Manny. We don't care about Manny. B cam. Okay, there we go. So yeah, we already have transform stuff set. So as soon as we move this camera, we're going to set a new transform. But just keep in mind, we're on A camera for this cut, so we don't have to worry about anything like that. So we can just move B camera back here. So you see how if this was a character and we're doing the 180-degree rule, so this is how you kind of break the rule in a sense. We started over here. We established our line over like right here between these two characters. So I stayed on that line the whole time. Okay. Now I'm breaking the rule and I'm coming over the line, but so we're not going to do that. Maybe we'll see him stand up. And see his reaction here is what we'll probably do, okay? And then we'll move the camera, we'll follow him through the scene, okay? So we'll get right here, and then we'll have him stand up, which he's going to do right here, and then we'll frame it. So when he's done being framed, we're going to... we want to get the chicken coop in this, I think. And then, like, almost like an over-the-shoulder of this. I'm just making shit up on the fly, so I don't know. We can also change B camera's focal length. But we didn't set a keyframe. Oh, we did, actually. So I need to set a new keyframe right here for the focal length and the focus. We don't lose those, and the aperture as well, so we don't lose those in this new shot. Okay. We're going to delete these keyframes because that's the new position. So let's have it be here, and then we will set it right now. File that. Let's set the focal length to, let's do a 24 lens here. That's breaking the rule, right? So we want to stay on this side for now, and then we'll you know what? Let's do this. Let's have him like reveal himself from behind this grave. He's trying to like move on to a... you know, move on to better times or something, you know. So in the sequencer window, click plus track and select fade track. Click. Oh, add this? Oh shit, look at that. Look at you. Look at you being super smart. Okay, so go back to the beginning, add fade track. Okay, so fade is 0. And then we can do a fade here. So that'll be 0, and then this first one will be 1, I assume. There we go, look at that. Probably make that fade a bit more. Alrighty. It's pretty good. So far I like what I'm seeing here. Okay, oh, that's... this should be... Oh yeah, it's not cutting to A cam... Or sorry, it's not cutting to A cam because we're on the B camera. We're piloting B camera, so... but anywho's, we want to finish doing that anyway, so we're gonna move... Yes, let's set the focal length. We're gonna actually do the cut midway through him standing up, so right here. And we're gonna do the cut, so let's add B camera. Okay. So that's our focal length. Let's move this back. We don't want to be zooming, right? So where's the cut? Right here. Okay, so we want this. Yeah, we want that there. Focus and this will all be the same, so we don't lose that. And then transform. We will move them back because that's in line with these guys. Okay, so this is just before we cut, and then the next frame I think we cut over, right? Yep, perfect. Okay, so now we want to make sure that our focus and everything's all good, so that's pretty good right there. Okay, and then that's our size. That's all good. Okay, so yeah. So I'm gonna add like the subtlest of camera movements because we're gonna be doing more movement afterwards, and just going from static to moving generally isn't great. We end on movement on this frame, because if you end a scene with camera movement, generally speaking, it's good to start the next camera shot with movement. Just to kind of help keep some fluid stuff, right? So we're actually on the tail end of the movement. So it'll still look pretty good though. So we'll start here with our transform. Then we're going to basically be like on this, we'd be on a slider, right? So we'd be doing just super subtle movements just to give it some extra cinematics, right? Oh yeah, I like that idle there. So now he's gonna turn around and walk away, and then we're gonna follow him. Okay, so let's do a location track here, all that. Rotation as well, scale I don't care. We don't ever change the scale. So okay, so it looks like X is what we want for subtle movement. Okay, so we're gonna, like that's it. Like it's literally not much. So right, so now he's gonna turn around, and before this camera move stops, I want him to turn around and start walking, and then we can, like I said, we can follow him, right? And we can basically use this movement that we started to kind of help like carry our momentum forward, right? So okay, so making a system where I can grab as many objects. Any suggestions for how to quickly create animation poses? I have a tool. It's in the Fab store. I can't remember what it's called. It did cost money, but you can blend animations together and all this other kind of stuff. So let's see here. It's my library. I'll know it when I see it. Oh, it's this one. No, it's not. Oh yeah, this just came with it. The Anim Mod tool is what it's called. Where is it here? Okay, they give no information like most modern ones. But basically, yeah, you can create offsets. You can blend two animations together. So like if you have if you made gun animations but haven't done the legs, you can blend the legs from like one of the stock ones onto the ones that you have with guns. You can create loops. You can time manipulate. You can do all this kind of cool stuff, right? So really cool tool. So that's what I would use to create some quick blend poses. Or some poses rather, but yeah, animations not my forte, unfortunately. Anyways, so where are we here? So we are doing this. He's going to turn around right about here, so we need to go back to Manny and let's block the scene. Let's get out of our camera. Okay, so this is basically 400, frame 400 is what we want to do. So we are now going to open up Manny. We're going to add another animation in here. Okay, and let's, I can't cut it like I can in DaVinci, I keep forgetting that. Okay, so this is going to go to here. We are going to grab the animations. Is there turn in place or something like that? Walk? So there's walks, but there's not like turn in place. I'm just gonna search turn and see if anything comes up. No, that sucks. There's no turn in place. Ladder, landing roll, ledge climb, mantle, pole. Vault. Stair, swim, slide. So nothing. No, none of those. I'm just kind of curious. Cover? I don't think it'll be in there. Fall loop. Idle. Jump. Interaction. Maybe the interaction one might. Animation, touch, release. Nah, none of those. Jog. Maybe jog. Guess we gotta have a janky turn in place animation. That sucks. What is pole? Oh, climbing up a pole. Never mind. I was thinking like Olympic pole jumping. I was just like, okay, that's super random to be in this pack. Okay, it's ladder. Mantle. Ledge climb, landing roll. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just have to have them turn in place, which is kind of crappy, but it is what it is. So yeah, there's other animation packs out there that have a turn in place, so we won't worry about it too much. Okay, so right here we'll have him turn around and we'll have him start walking. This actually might look okay. No, there's no foot IK or anything like that, so never mind. So where is he? Here he is. Transform. So let's add transform here because we haven't actually done any transforms yet for him other than just animations. So then here we'll have him turn around 180-ish degrees. Okay, and then he's just going to start walking this way. Okay. That looks so janky. So janky. Okay, so I'll do this. And, it might, he's going to still start walking. It's going to look a little weird, but it, you know, whatever. So we'll go to the walks now. Walk forward, loop, and we want to make sure that the animation, there's no root motion enabled. Let's open this up, because if root motion is enabled, that means that he walks without us having to update the animation, but if it's a loop, then that's no good. So, enable root motion is disabled, so that means that he walks in place, so that's good. Okay, so let's drag this in. Let's pretty much have him walk for the rest of the thing, I guess. Maybe we'll have him stop and do something else. Anyways, we're going to fade this in, or blend these together. Whoa! So it actually does update the root motion. Or, I'm sorry, it's the other way around. I apologize. Yeah, so root motion does need to be enabled or force root lock. I can't. It's one of the two here. So we'll save this and see what happens. Yeah, maybe it's root lock. One of these two. See, sometimes I do stuff only like once or twice and then don't do it again. Right? So I forget how to do it. Okay, yeah, there we go. So now, I mean, it doesn't look terrible, I guess. I mean, it does, but maybe we don't see his feet. Who knows? But anyway, so then we're going to have him start walking here because he's turning around, and then basically when he takes his first step, we're going to start his movement. Okay, so right here, let's go to the location now, and we're going to set the transfer, or the location. And we've already set that. We don't need to worry about scale. Okay, so now we'll have him walk, you know, Let's do local space for this. We're here. I keep forgetting where I have to change that. So we'll have him walk over here. Let's see how that looks. So that looks super dumb. A little bit. So we will maybe make that a bit skinnier here, or we can just drag him farther on this. Okay, let's drag him farther. Maybe that'll make it look a little bit not stupid. Okay. The camera's probably not going to get his feet, so it's probably going to be fine. That walk looks so jank. Especially the beginning. So, let's open the graph editor here. And we want to transform, we want the location specifically, and then we want to frame all the... Actually, we don't need to frame it necessarily because it's already here. Oh, I see. Yes, that's where we start. Or rotation, location. So, yes, we want location, and I think these... We need to hit enter, and then we need to select these two. The Z doesn't matter, and we need to blend them down. We needed this to happen faster. Not that fast, though. That's decent enough. We're running out of time here today, so want to kind of get going here. So anyways, that's the blocking there of what we're doing in the scene. So now we just got to adjust our cameras to match that movement, right? So I was thinking pole dancing. You know what? That did cross my brain, but it actually wasn't the first thought. So you know what's funny is I left the poll open and then weapon select actually won, but at the time it was 69 votes. So yeah, so if I leave these open, usually something else kind of wins over. I don't know if I should start the poll, like if I should start my stream like half an hour early or something like that, and then have the poll up for half an hour before. It's up to you guys. Or maybe on the Discord, what I can do is I can put a poll up for everybody, and I can put 6 options on there if it'll let me. You know, and then we can kind of narrow down like the choices that we can come up with here. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure something out here. But anyway, so I'm just gonna end that poll because obviously it looks like I cheated, right? So, but if you guys were here from the beginning, you knew that Cinematics won. So, okay, so we got him walking. Let's go to our A cam, I believe it was, right? Or it's B cam, sorry. And let's do some moves. We have a subtle movement already with B cam. Close all this other extra stuff on my other screen. So yeah, we got this subtle movement on B cam. Is that where it ends? No, here's the location down here. So I'm gonna overwrite this now. So we're moving slightly here. He turns around. And we need to pick it up here. So we need to add some transform keyframes here. I'm going to go to the next ones, and I'm going to delete them. Okay? Because now we need to follow this guy. So, right, I'm taking over the camera here. So we'll follow him kind of like, maybe like this. And then we can zoom right by him. Right? So we're turning around, we're following him here. We'll zoom by him and we'll put a bunch of animals over there. Okay, so now we'll go and we'll go look at some chickens that are gonna be right here. Okay, see what that looks like. That's like super quick. We don't need to be that quick. We'll make it look good here. Okay, so obviously we need to spawn some chickens in right here. Okay, so let's add some chickens in here. Let's say, so we gotta go open our content drawer. We gotta go to the Dreamscape series, Farmlands, Blueprints. No, not Blueprints. Characters? Chickens. Okay, here's chickens. We can put some chickens here as well. Those chickens are freaking huge. That's not the chicken, is it? Maybe it's not that big. It just looks big in the camera, I guess. That chicken looked pretty big for a second. Okay, so we got the chicken here. Put an idle animation on him. Anything you put in the level will show up in your footage. Okay, so unless you want specific movement to happen on actions, you don't need to continuously put stuff in this. Okay. And then for here, we just go to details. I think we just have to set an animation for these, right? Chicken. Yeah, use... I don't have a chicken blueprint. Would have to make that, but... sorry, use animation asset chicken idle. And then this one will be chicken... chicken walk. Maybe we'll add this one to the... Maybe we'll add this one to the camera. And we'll have it walk out of this thing here. Okay, so, you'd have to simulate your game, I think, to have all this work. But yeah, that's fine. So we'll have the chicken walk and loop it, play it, whatever, and then we'll do... I want to see the chicken walk because I want to see how fast it's walking. If it's like sprinting or something. Oh, that's like super modest. Okay. So, yes, we will get the chicken to walk from here. We do need to add this one to the to this now, I think. Add actor, add chicken. Okay, so we added the chicken. We don't need to see the chicken until... Actually, right here, the chicken can be doing an idle animation. Okay, so where does the camera start going down? Oh, we see the chicken the whole time. So right here, we'll put... Well, right from the beginning, we'll have the chicken have a idle animation. Okay, chicken idle anim. Right? That was actually pretty good. The buck. That joke almost laid an egg. You're funny. Hi, how is this? I know this is off topic, but I have a question. Why, when I set a variable replicated in actor blueprint, the UI refresh dispatcher event from the actor component do not trigger in the HUD? Because HUD is not replicatable. So, you need to send data to, or you need the data that you need to replicate. Sorry, what you need to see in the HUD needs to get, whatever the data is for that needs to get replicated and sent to everybody, and then populated in their HUD. Okay, so anyways, we got chicken there, and yeah, we'll get those chickens to be doing some other stuff. But they just we're just gonna simulate the thing. It's gonna be great. So chicken idle's working good. You can't see the chicken anymore anyway, and he probably goes back to his T pose, but that's fine. And then right here is where we want the chicken to actually like walk and do stuff. So let's add a transform thing here. Add an animation for chicken walk. That's the sound they make the most, to be honest. Chickens. Properties. What am I doing here? I don't need that. I don't know why I just added that keyframe there. Delete. There we go. Animation. We want the chicken walk. Okay, so we'll do this, and then we won't see the chicken after this point. So, yeah, okay. So chicken walk starts here, transform track there, transform track here, but we'll unpilot the camera so that we can see our chicken. Let's actually get the chicken off the thing first. Okay, we won't see that weird change. So we'll click on chicken. We'll move chicken. Can we snap chicken to floor? We can. Or did we? No, we didn't. Okay, chicken walk. Chicken keep walking. Chicken keep walking. Is my channel just going to become a farm meme? Where I just play all the characters? Okay, that chicken walk is really fucking fast. And then let's use this now. Let's see what we see. So we can lengthen this. We're not going to see this, but just to slow down the animation. Okay, there we got the chicken walking. Okay, great. So we're going to get out of this. We're going to give these other chickens an animation. This one, is there not a feed animation? Like them feeding on the ground or something? Like, there's got to be something here. Idle run, idle anim, sit idle. Oh, sit idle's pretty good. There we go. So we got some stuff happening there. Oh, do they get up? Oh my god, the chicken gets up. That's so funny. Can we loop playing initial position advanced? Damn it, we can't cut that out. You know what I'll do then to fix that is I'm just gonna add this chicken to the thing as well. So we'll add actor to track, add chicken number 2. Okay. Skeletal chicken. Now when I have that asset play, sit idle anim, which we'll do from the beginning. I can go right click. When does this, oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Pardon me. Properties, this one, we wanted the sit idle, right? Okay, so now that we have that, sit idle, we can find the exact frame where it stands up. Oh. Right there. 78. So we're gonna right click, go properties, we're gonna go to animation, is it offset or playback? Playback. Here we go. Start frame, end frame. So what? Sorry, what did I just say? 78. So we'll go 078. That's the end frame. Okay. And now when we play it, it shouldn't stand up. Perfect. Okay. So there, you can manipulate your animations that way. We're gonna just have him just be idle the whole friggin' time. Okay. Let's check it out here. Got some chicken. Okay, let's fix that camera move now, because that's gonna annoy me. So we'll do B camera. We will do this one here, because it just like whoop, you know. So let's do B cam. We'll do the graph editor. We will find, is this where we whoop? Yeah, that's where we whoop. So we're gonna select transform location, and then these ones here. Yes. So we're gonna focus these. Okay, focus those. We're going to do X and Y only. Can I hide the Z? No, it looks like I can. Okay, that's fine. So here we're going to add some keyframes right here. Blend to nearest to make it a bit smoother. Yeah, let's maybe move those. Whoops. The rotation's pretty choppy too, so we'll have to fix that. Move itself. I like how it does gradually get faster. I think, to be honest, we delete these. There, that looks way better. That looks way better, guys. Holy crap. So, add some there, blend to nearest, and then we'll have a slower, you know, we'll rotate around these chickens or something like that. I don't know. But, okay, so that's done. The rotation I said was kind of choppy, and we did pitch only. We did, holy crap. To be honest, it doesn't look that bad after we remove those keyframes now. I am gonna add something here, and then blend it, just to give it a bit more slower start. Okay, perfect. So that's great. Now we just gotta add some chickens here. And we're pretty much done here. So, hopefully you guys are learning some stuff here in terms of the sequencer too as well, because I did one video showing how to do cutscenes in Unreal, but it didn't do that well, to be honest, so that's why I haven't made any more. So anyway, so we are going to go here. I mean, this 3-hour stream is already a better tutorial than than that one. So, okay, sorry. I'm gonna answer questions in 2 secs. I'll have a whole question period here at the end. We'll just get this all finished here, and then yeah, I'll answer some questions you guys have. Did anybody post any questions here in the Q&A thing? No. So. Yeah, I mean, I was trying that out. I guess no one's going to use it anyway, so whatever, that's fine. But, yeah, I'll skim through there and I'll find some questions after. So just hold on to your questions here for just a little bit here while we finish this up. So, we need to spawn some more chickens right probably here, to be honest. So, let's, exit this camera. Let's open the content drawer. Let's do the, chicken static mesh, or this guy. You'll select him. We'll go back to this. We'll add selected from content browser, and it's going to put him way over here like usual. Okay, we'll get some little chicky chick over here. And maybe we'll add some other animals too. So when they're idle, just curious, if they're idle, animation idle, is this where they eat? Yep, it's like it. So that's cool. So, where did I say we needed to do? Probably right here. So I'll have the chicken's animation start here. We can also trigger a spawn here. So we'll hit a keyframe, or what's it called? Yeah, a keyframe there, and then we can go all the way to the beginning of our timeline, and we can uncheck this. So now, while this thing's all red now, that means that this chicken is not spawned in until it hits this point. Okay, so that saves on performance. So if you're not going to see it on screen, don't use it. Okay, so we can also optimize these chickens. Okay, once our camera goes by, wherever it was, there it is. Yeah, once our camera passes this point, we don't see those chickens anymore, right? So we can not spawn them. We have to turn these into spawnables. Binding type spawnable actor. Oh, okay. Well, I thought spawnable. Ooh, possessible. I didn't know that was in there. That's actually good. Do we have a spawn thing in here? We don't. Oh, okay. Spawnable actor. There we go. Okay, so chicken's now spawnable. Right here. And then we'll go 1 frame over. Right there, where you're gonna not spawn the chicken. Okay. Next, we'll do the same for these other ones. This other one, I should say. Right-click binding properties, convert to a spawnable actor. And right here, we'll add the keyframe. We'll go, we'll say not spawned. Pardon me, we'll say spawned, and then go 1 frame over, and then not spawned. Okay, there we go. So we can get rid of that. So that saves performance. So those two disappear because we don't see them anymore. But this chicken we just put in the world with an animation, so that's why that's still there. Okay, so we'll put some chickens here. Let's duplicate this chicken. Duplicate chicken. Okay, we'll have to obviously move this chicken somewhere else. Camera's swinging around this way. So we want to add this, or put this chicken in a spot where the camera's going to see it, right? So, yeah, so we'll do this, and then maybe this chicken is like, we'll see here. Change the animation. Properties, animation. Let's do an idle sit, and then we'll not loop this. Playback. Yeah, and then when this chicken will be sitting, and then when it gets up, we'll change the animation just to give it some extras. But I also need to make sure that the camera is going to pick that up. So we want the action to happen on the camera, right? So, chicken idle. Where's the other chicken? Oh, chicken idle. So yeah, this one. Okay. So we won't see that little... we'll move this down a little bit. We don't even see anything happen until... So the first little hiccup we won't see. And then here, chicken gets up. Oh, yeah. Chicken gets up. Let's... I'm gonna go frame by frame so just we see. Oh, the chicken just effing gets up? What? Oh, it goes... I'm confused. Oh, that's the first chicken, so we don't care about him. We care about chicken 2. We care about chicken number 4. Oh, I didn't realize... Oh, idle, sit. So he sits, and then... We gotta reverse this, then. Okay, so properties... playback... Oh, come on. Properties, playback, reverse... Reverse, here we go. Okay. Let's see what that happens. So yeah, right when he gets up, right here, we're gonna stop this, and then we're gonna play chicken idle, right? So we can also blend. We don't have to worry about that. We can just blend. Silly me. Okay. A little fast. Chickens can be pretty fast, but not that fast. There we go. Looks good. Okay, so let's set that to our camera now. Zoom out. Okay, so like both of those. When do we want to see this chicken get up? Oh, pretty much almost right there. We'll move it down just a little bit more. And we're going to get our camera movement doing some stuff here. Okay, and this chicken 3 animation needs to be longer as well. And then I'm going to put some sheep in here as well. Why not? But not in the camera here. We'll do it in, we'll just do it in the world here. Some sheep or some whatever the hell else. Characters, sheep, sheep 1. And there was a second hairless sheep or whatever this trim sheep. I think it's on top of some foliage. Oh no, it's not. Okay, good. We got some sheepage, animation assets, sheep idle. Sheep idle equals sheep small? Okay. I mean, are the sheep big? The sheep are kind of big. Are they? No, sheep are that big. I don't think they're that big, actually. It's a good point. So, animation asset, animation to play sheep idle. That's probably a regular sheep size. I don't know. What else? This, and what else do we got? Sheep idle rest. Okay, so this obviously won't play. That's not bad. We'll get him out of the foliage. So we'll use sheep rest idle because he just, yeah. We'll do that. Also a couple pigs we have in this pack as well. Really cool pack. This pack was like a little pricey, but I mean, it's awesome. I love it. So, a little piggy over there, I guess. And piggy will do roll idle. Yeah, we'll do some piggy stuff over here. Camera will be looking this way. Right, so and then maybe we'll do another piggy, I guess. And we'll do a piggy with sleep idle. Sure. Okay, sweet. So that's cool. Let's frame our camera now, and then we'll be pretty much almost done here. So we're on what is it, B cam now? So go to B cam. We get to these chickens, and then we need to fix our rotation. So right here, let's find our transform. Let's get our rotation again. Let's set a keyframe. Okay, and then we want to loop around these. I'm actually going to clear these keyframes. I want to redo it. So we'll do this, and then once we get here, we're going to loop around. Does he get up? Does sheep get up? No, he doesn't. Oh, he does. What a jerk. Oh, it's because we're simulating, but we're simulating and it's not updated to the actual stuff. Okay, so anyways, here let's piloting bcam. Nope, piloting bcam. We're gonna. What happened to the pigs? Just kind of vanished. Did it not put them in there because I added them while I was simulating the game? Possibly. Alright then. What did we say? Pig idle, and this will be pig roll idle, I guess. Or sleeping. Nation assets, sleeping. Idle, sleep. Okay. Let's have a look. Okay, sorry, I was trying to look at the camera and I just got distracted there for a second. Okay, so the little chickens. That needs to be faster, the actual like rotation. So let's go to the transform, we'll go to the rotation. Let's move these back. Right? Little too fast, so we're gonna move them forward just a bit. Like, this is a bit of a finessey thing, right? Because like this is actually in real life, like this is a pretty hard shot to nail, especially if it's a drone. Like this could be either a drone, which, if I'm being honest, if this is real life and the drone was that close to that actor, we would not do it. Like we don't screw around with that because that's safety, right? So this would probably be like possibly a techno crane. So they would it'd be a techno crane on a dolly, actually. So they would have the techno crane start dollying, and then they would have the arm actually like oscillate out, and you can get like 50 foots, right? So they would come in here, and then there's somebody controlling the oscillation of the arm, and then there's another couple people pushing the actual dolly of the techno crane, and then there's a remote head operator that's operating a 3-axis camera on here. So that's probably how they would do this shot. But anyways, maybe we don't make this slower, right? That wouldn't make sense. No. This is too fast here, so maybe we make this slower, and then we like that. Yeah, okay, something like that. So once again, we'll we'll click bcam, we'll open the graph here. I would always do this on another screen, right? But obviously, you guys want to watch. So next, I'm going to highlight these. Does that highlight them in here? It doesn't look like it does. So we already made that look smooth. Now we got to make all this look smooth. So it's all these ones here. We'll frame those. It's pretty choppy, actually. So if it's pretty choppy, I think you need to make it longer. So we'll do this, because there's not enough frames for it to complete the movement, right? So that looks way better already. It also automatically smooths these. I don't know if you guys knew that. This is set to I believe it's auto. So automatically, Unreal Engine is going to smooth or ease out or whatever when it gets to these keyframes. Okay, so, but obviously sometimes it's not good enough, so that's why we add these extra keyframes, right, to blend to nearest. It'd be the other way, sorry. Blend to nearest, something like this, right? There we go, so that's pretty nice and smooth, and then on the other end of this, do this, and then we'll blend these to the nearest as well. So we kind of, I gotta zoom in on here because I can't quite see the values. We'll frame these. There's not much of a value change. to be honest. So the only value change is on Y. So let's maybe make Y go... Sorry, I have them all selected still. This one here. Come on. There we go. That's pretty good, everybody. So that'll be our ending frame. Okay, the chickens and the thing stop. So, exit out of this. We are going to simulate our game, and then we're going to watch this cutscene. And then I'll show you how to export and render it as well if you want. So, that's our scene. So we are going to end right here. We're going to hit this red set end playback thing here. Okay. So there you go. Okay, what is this cutscene? Who knows? some stuff's going on here, but okay. So we'll sorry, we'll go back. Can I hit home? No, I can't. I can't. Okay. So yeah, we'll go to frame 0, and then we will simulate our game, and then we will unpin this. Okay. Now we're gonna watch it. Let's do game view, so push G for game view so we can see a clean thing. Oh, sorry, one thing I gotta do if we're gonna simulate our game. I gotta set time dilation to 0 for my day-night cycle, or else time's gonna... Because you saw the shadows changing, it's because my sun was moving. So, day-night cycle, time dilation 0. Okay, there we go. Didn't do much for lighting in this stream, but... we kind of just lit it with one light. But, yeah, lighting is really important. Maybe I might do a video on lighting, like a long-form one, so we'll see how it goes. Anyways, I will minimize this. We can get a better screen, and then we'll hit play, simulator game. Hit play. Right, so obviously you'd have to add some sound effects in here, like the chickens and maybe some birds chirping and some wind sound effects. Right? Right? We just lost AAA Gaming. Here's some chickens. It doesn't make any actual sense story-wise, but, you know, I was just kind of showing you guys how to do this, right? So, and then that's the end of our sequence. And, okay, so now we like that, say, and it's good to simulate your game and before you render it, because... obviously, like I said, when you render it over here, it simulates your game. So if you have any trigger boxes or anything like that in there, right, it's gonna, stuff's gonna happen. So yeah, like everything, guys, game for the thing, for his trailer, sorry. Yeah, I used his actual level. He sent me a copy of his project. I used his actual level and then was doing all this, and we were running into a bunch of issues because my camera was hitting trigger boxes and there's like random UFOs falling out of the sky and stuff. So, yeah, it's weird. Anyways, okay, to export this guy, we're gonna go to the renderer. So if this isn't here, I believe it's in project settings or something like that, or is it a plugin? I can't remember. It's one of the two. It's like enable movie render or something rather. Or sorry, I'll say renderer. Platform, blah, 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 plugins. Maybe it is a plugin. Can you do plugins from here? Or do you have to click on, you probably can't. Plugins. Renderer. Movie. I had to enable something. Hey, look, preload screen movie player handles an implementation of preloaded screen to display on engine loading movie. Interesting. I don't see it on here, so if it's movie render queue, actually. Advanced movie rendering pipeline for created cinematics and other. I think that's it, actually. So yeah, of course we gotta restart the engine. Save all of our progress. I'll start answering some questions. Okay, what do we got here? So... yeah, Mark says crazy that we haven't gotten into replication yet, but maybe I can answer. I don't know much about replication, if I'm being honest. I just know like a little bit. But yeah, UI doesn't replicate, so you have to replicate the data to each player, then blah blah. Yeah, so I know maybe minimal amount of stuff. I've done some replication when working on Storage Box that multiple players can access at the same time, and it's an inventory update for both players. Yeah, exactly. It's a data thing, right? So, Tommy, well, whoop-de-doo, Leroy. I'm trying to do something similar. You guys are just talking about stuff. Yeah, if you have questions for me, let me know in the comments down here. And so we got cinematic tutorial loading. Well, there's no Tommy. There's no cow in this. He put. I should have chose a cow. Yeah, there's no cow in this pack. I think there's one in this other pack that I want. Let me just pull up the Fab store here. Oh, I always type FAC and then it wants me to go to Facebook, which I don't have anymore because I hate Facebook. Anyways, we're gonna go to the my saved stuff I want. I want that. Is it this one, the stylized farm? Does this come with? Looks like it comes with a cow, so I gotta get that pack now. What is it? 140? It'll go on sale, so I'll wait till it goes on sale and then I'll get it, because then I'll have moose. But, anyways, we did the cinematics. So, yeah, hopefully you guys learned quite a bit of stuff, but, once again, yeah, if you guys have questions for me. TG, did you play any more Kane's Wrath yet? No, I have not. I've been super busy with all this stuff, like this, getting the store set up, working on Tarkov. Yeah, it's been a crappy time. But anyways, the cows are too busy dispatching hordes of aliens. Yeah, right. Also, what did you think of what they did to The Thing with the last minute CG over practical effects? I actually haven't seen The Thing, so you guys would be surprised. I have not seen a lot of movies, despite working in the film business for 10 years. But my excuse to that is I didn't have a lot of access to that growing up, because we didn't get a lot of new movies, or we lived out in the country, right? So it's like we didn't have a lot of access to like movie theaters or whatever the case is, or money, you know. So, yeah, so I didn't get to see a lot of movies. We also had 1.5 channels growing up for the majority of the time, so didn't have access to TV to watch movies. So the only, growing up, the only way I was able to watch movies was when my parents bought the movies, or the VHSs, if you're old enough to know what those are. Right, so I didn't get a whole lot of chance to do that, but once I started becoming a teenager and started working and I got my own money, then I started to go to the theater a little bit more and start to see some more stuff. But yeah, and then I worked in film and I didn't even have time for myself, so I didn't have time to watch movies. So in film school, I watched way more stuff. I just didn't watch all the things I should have, right? So anyways, Farmer Joe level sequence. Shoot, I think I have to close this and I have to open the level first and then Farmer Joe. Okay, don't forget about the things. I don't remember what the things were, actually. We talked about this last night, and I can't remember what the things were. Well, one of the things was the store, which I've already mentioned a couple of times in the stream. And then that there's a Black Friday deal. So yeah, I remember those were two of the things we talked about last night. So yeah, anyways, going back to Fat Man's question here in terms of like last minute CG over practical effects. It's really unfortunate that CG is taking over practical effects, because I'm going to use Titanic as a really good example. That movie looked so goddamn good, and it holds up over time because James Cameron used miniatures and used practical effects versus visual effects. There was still visual effect elements in that in the movie, which was actually very pioneering for a lot of visual effects, like the water, the ocean. That's all visual effects, right? The steam coming off of the ship and stuff. That's all visual effects. But the literal ship breaking in half, like that was a 1/20th scale model, and that they literally broke in half and did it all practically. Looks really, really good. But where's this store? I've posted it a couple times. Again, it must not be in the stream. I'll have to look afterwards. But hang on, I got it here somewhere. It's right here. Copy, paste. Azura's texting me now, probably to remind me what the hell it was. Don't forget about... Oh, yes. Azura is doing something for me. I don't know what it is. I'm not allowed to know. But anyways, she's created this separate Discord server that says it's called the TG, I don't know, Slave Realm or something. I don't remember what it's called. No, it's TG. I put it in the chat. I can't remember what it's called. But anyways, she's got this Discord channel. She wants people to join it to help give her some feedback on whatever the cause for me is. I don't know what it is, but if you like me and you like my content, I guess check it out. So yeah, that, and then I'll just look at the other message. Okay, yeah, that was what it was. That was the thing. But anyways, thanks for learning a lot. At the end of the animation, can you trigger a new level to load or have it load while the animation is in the player? Yes, you can. I will show you how to do that right now, and then I'll show you guys the rendering thing after. So, obviously we need to have this open. All you would need to do for that is you would need to come to the end here, if we're going to load a level. So this is the last frame here, for example. We need to close this, close all that. We need to add a event track trigger. Okay, so we have an event track now. We're going to add a trigger, and that trigger will be... I gotta lower this. There we go. Oh, sorry, there was 2 event tracks. I'll just delete this one. Okay. Event track, we're going to add a keyframe right here. And same thing, we're going to right-click, Properties, create new endpoint. Okay. Yeah, here's our endpoint. And if you wanted to load a level, you would just say load level, right? Load level. And this animation sequence is going to play in a specific spot, right? So you could just tell it what level to load. So you would just say open level by name, right? Level is, you know, the default level. So we'll actually do this. What is the default level called? Sorry. Content, it'll be, is it level prototyping? Where is it? Let's search levels. All filters. World? No. Where's levels? Huh. Oh, look right, derp. I'm dumb. So, anyways, we are opening the level third person. So I'll F2 that, so copy that, because we got to do it exactly how it's spelt in here. So we'll load level third person, okay? So we'll trigger that to start. I will also show you guys how to start a level animation. So we'll just make sure that this works. And I think what we'll do is actually in this level blueprint specifically, begin render. Oh, we're not rendering yet. In this level specifically, open level blueprint, we will event begin play. Okay, we are going to play, or sorry, it's level sequence something. I can't remember how it's worded. Create level sequence player. That's the one. Okay, so we'll create a level sequence player, and it's going to be Farmer Joe. Okay, so the out actor is going to be this level sequence actors, and we just got to play sequence player. Okay, so we'll do this. Okay, so now when we start this level, it should play this sequence, and then at the end of it, it's going to take us back to the tutorial level, right? Or the beginning level. Okay, so let's move this. Let's play. Our thing just started playing, right? So let's play this in a new window, new editor window. Okay, there. So it starts playing. There's our cinematic. Here's our sad dude, super sad about AAA gaming and how it's gone downhill, right? And then he's like, you know what? I gotta feed them chickens. I'm gonna stand up here, I'm gonna rock over here, I'm gonna get them chickens fed. Oh shit, there's a guy there. So there you go. So there's a guy there, so we don't like that. There's a couple chickens here, so I think it's because these chickens are in the level. But there, it just loaded the other level at the end of it. Okay, so that's great. I think those chickens are there by default because, like I said, did we? Oh, we didn't despawn them? Question mark. So we got to set visibility to, I think. Maybe, I don't know. I see that there's... Oh, those chickens aren't spawned in. Now they're spawned in. Right? Yeah, okay, there we go. We unspawn those chickens. Why was there 2 chickens? Overlapping each other. Okay. Sorry, I got some stuff here. The Cult of Grace, right? It used to be called the No TG Zone. Yeah. You can request the system to be on the poll in the next. Yes, I will advertise that right now. Stand by. I'll get this on. So yeah, if you want to request the system for next stream, there's the QR code. You guys can scan it with your phone, or you can check the link in the description below there. Request a system. I'm gonna figure out another way to, because on the day, obviously, I put a poll up to discover what we're doing, who's here and who's watching. But obviously, I want there to be a little bit more say on the different types of systems that are been requested. So anyways, we got Derek Full Real says, "Who is TG? I know he's the streamer, but what are his qualifications in profession or games he's made?" So yeah, just I said at the beginning of the stream, whatever. But so yeah, I worked in film for 10 years. So I've made my own films. I've been a film producer. I've worked in basically every aspect of film that you can. Okay, so there's that, and then obviously games. I've worked in Unreal Engine for since 2019. I have not shipped a game. I've completed a couple of my own projects, and I've basically just been learning as much about the engine as I possibly could in the last 7 years. So, so yeah, that's this today. Obviously, is way more down my alley just because I have the film experience. So this obviously is what it's supposed to be, right? So yeah, working in the engine, obviously, like, it's a lot of fun making some cinematics and stuff. And Derek, thanks for joining the stream. Brandon Michael says, "Can someone set up a character blueprint with 2 meshes, one that acts as an FPS arms? I've seen so many where I can see my whole body but uses the FPS arms." Yeah, honestly, you're just doing literally 2 skeletal meshes in there. One of them is going to be the arms, and you're going to have there's an option in there. I'll open the third-person character here, and I'll show you. Sorry, let me just get this over here. We'll clear out level, reset filters. We will go to the third-person character. So, if you click on the mesh and you come down to the bottom, or you can even search it, it should be rendering, under rendering somewhere. That is rendering clothing mesh. I'll just type it at the top here. You're looking for only. Holy crap! Only owner C. So that'll be your FPS arms. Okay. So that's what everybody else is going to see. Or sorry, that's only what you're going to see as the player. But everybody else would see your other mesh, right? So when you look down, I'm just trying to think here. I can't remember if you can do the what's it called, the only everybody else see. But anyways, yeah, I knew it was under rendering. It'll be here somewhere. Rendering, it's usually near the bottom. Deformer, lights, rendering, here we go. Advanced. Visible, hidden in game, display bones. Okay, only owner C and owner no C. So that's what you would check for your other mesh. So everybody else would see the third-person mesh, and you would only see the first-person arms mesh because you would have these selected on each one of them respectively, right? So that's how you do that. Okay. So let's see here. Thank you for reading, bro. Is there nothing else? Yeah, it's slim pickings for some stuff, right? So and I just used a modified third-person setup. I just moved the character camera to a first-person view, one mesh to animate. Yeah, you're talking about a true first-person. How are you avoiding the mesh clipping? Yeah, that's another thing that I struggle with too with the true first persons. Even the first person template in the 5.6 and up, it still has, you can still see like inside the head a little bit. There's a couple of lines, really annoying. Anyways, we're finding out why the hell we see Buddy at his end mark. Because we shouldn't. Do I have to, oh, maybe we change these people to spawnable actors? Is that the issue, maybe? Here's the chickens. No, everybody's a spawnable actor, so maybe we despawn him, question mark? Where's the camera? So the camera, I'm not on any camera, so I can look at it. So the camera passes him right here. So we don't see him again. No, we don't see him again. So we're gonna go down here and we're gonna add spawn. We're gonna add a keyframe. We're gonna go over 1 frame. We're gonna despawn him. Okay. Bye. So there's him, and then these chickens. So chicken 1 and chicken 2, I'm gonna hide. Whoops. We've hid the chickens, they're not there, so why do they show up in the goddamn game? So that doesn't make any sense. There's something in here? Well, anyways, we'll watch it again. We'll see if anything's fixed, right? So. This is what keeps killing my project. I can't get it to feel and look right. Yeah, I mean, to be honest, don't worry about that right away. Just get your game into a prototype, play it, make sure it's fun. If it's janky as shit, whatever. Like, you want to make sure that your game's fun and playable, right? Why the hell is there 2 chickens? I just don't get, or 2 chickens and then the Manny thing here. I don't get it. I've never experienced that. That's super weird. So if we actually render the movie, those will show up still then. Right? Let's check chicken 3. Is there anything in here that would spawn, transform, rotation, scale? No, yeah, I don't. What? Did I hide anything? I'm gonna unhide stuff. Use game view now. If I simulate the game, do they show up? If I oh, okay, actually, if I simulate it, then it shows the whole thing. I'm gonna pause it. See him. Figure it out here. Okay, pause. Who are you? Can I delete him? If I delete him, does that break stuff? That doesn't break stuff. Okay, I'm not gonna complain. We'll hit play. Resume our playing. We'll do the same with these shit. We'll get rid of these double chickens. Bye-bye. And which okay, this is the fake chicken. Okay, so that fixed our problem. So that was actually pretty easy. So, okay, last thing we're gonna do is we're gonna render this video. So we're gonna click on this. We're gonna open this guy. Okay, we need to check. We need to go to settings, unsaved config. Derek says, I've written 2 2D engines from scratch, a 2D game, and I'm currently working on UE5 sci-fi FPS. Awesome, Derek. That sounds super cool. Much more, but just writing that what's relatable here. Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, no worries. I mean, 100%. It's like who the hell is this guy, right? So, but anyways, so we're gonna go to exports. It's exporting it as a JPG sequence, which is just not what you want, because that's just gonna export 551 photos into a file, so that's not going to help anybody. Okay, so we're going to click on setting, and we're going to go to a H.264 MP4. That's a high def file. Okay, it says 8-bit, but don't worry about that. We can change that. Okay, so that's an a high definition file. We are going to go to quality. We are going to go to, yeah, so our quality's fine. Consistent bitrate, that's all good. Include audio. Sure, there's no audio, but you know, what you could do is you could disable that and then just add the audio back in your editing software, right? So yeah, you can do all the visuals in here, right? And then rendering, that's all good. Settings, go output. So output resolution will be 1920 by 1080, which is HD, obviously. You can change the directory output, so I'll just put it in my downloads for now. Okay, sequence name, frame number, blah, 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 right? So that's all good. Frame rate's 24, which is what we said earlier. And that should be it. So we will hit accept, and that'll be our new config now. Okay, so the sequence is Farmer Joe. The map is our map here. The art author doesn't matter. All that job name, all that doesn't matter. Okay, you're gonna hit render. It's gonna ask you to save, obviously, and then it's gonna take. Yes. Anyways, it's gonna do a bunch of work now. So it's gonna start rendering it, and then it's gonna export it into a high definition MP4 file. So we'll let that do its thing, and then I'll answer some more questions while we wait for this. Okay, so where are we here? My Discord handle is Leroy Jenkins. I see. Okay, Leroy Jenkins. Yeah, and then we got those double actors were not there before. Weird. Well, yeah, I'm not sure what happened there. So I mean, we just deleted them from the world. I don't know if it doubled it up or something like that. I think did we put it in the world? You know what happened? I remember. So we put them in the world, and then we converted them to a spawnable actor. After that, so I think the one we put in the world and then the spawnable actor overlapped each other. So that's why I was able to just delete them, and then it was all good, right? So, okay, and see here. A little bit of a tiff going on in the comments. We don't need that. You know, appreciate you guys trying to stand up for me. That's fine. I don't. You know, Derek's working on a super cool sci-fi FPS game. You know, when he's ready to show it off, then we'll go check him out. So okay, so right now I'm just waiting for this render to finish. I can switch back to live here so you guys can see. We yeah, so you can see it's doing the cuts, it's doing the frames. Cut name, yeah, you can name all the cut names and stuff, right? So you can see it's working over here, right? So yeah, it's got to render each frame. Obviously, it's the same thing as like when the engine renders stuff, right? So it's going to cache all the shadows and blah 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 blah, right? So we're almost done here. Farmer Joe. Okay, so that's all done. So we can it says job completed. Oh no, sorry, it doesn't say job completed. Job 1 of 1 total, current job. Okay, so it is done. So we're gonna close this. We're gonna close the other things there, and then I think it should be in my downloads folder here now. So Farmer Joe. Looks like did not work here. 44 megabytes, so or 40 yeah 44 megabytes, which should have created something. Perhaps I did shut it down early, who knows. Alright, we'll just do it again, I guess. Simulating downloads, movie renders. We'll find out here. Okay, so or did I have to close that thing that I did? Now will it work? No. Okay, so we'll just do it again, I guess. I guess I closed it too early, so that's fine. It'll do all its things and blah, 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 blah. So it's all good. So yeah, we'll render that and just answer a few more questions here. What's the Discord link? It should be in the description below there. In the YouTube info block towards the end. Okay, yeah, and what do we got here? Sorry, one sec. I'll just go back here. Yeah, we can put one here in the chat here for you guys. Open up the Discord, but yeah, it's a good place to be. Lots of cool people there. We're all working on different stuff. Lots of us have different you know, experiences. If you know I'm not sure about something, then someone else will probably have an idea, right? So yeah, it's always good to do. I'm gonna go to the TG realm and I'll throw an invite in here for everybody. Edit. I hate how it defaults to like expiring after 7 days, like, it's so dumb. Okay, so here's the link for the Discord, everybody. We're doing the rendering once again here just to see if we can get it actually fixed here, because yeah, I think I closed the thing too early, so like I said, so. Anyways, what else we got here? So yeah, good stream, everybody. That was really good. Let's let this finish here, and then we'll wrap her up, but movie pipeline. So yeah, it says job complete. Just look at this thing here. Is it still working? Okay, it's still working. Error command Q1 contains blah 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 blah. Grown to, okay, I don't know what that means, or if Unreal edit. Oh, you know what it is? You know what's screwing it up? It's trying to load a level, and it's like, what are you talking about? It's a cinematic. So I have to get rid of that. So let's go back into the level here, and let's just delete that right here. Okay. Render local now is what we want. Okay. Gonna produce some frames. But yeah, looks, the Cine camera just like makes everything look significantly better, hey? So Brandon, you joined, awesome. Welcome.
Thank Thank you!
Okay, and very helpful. Thanks, Taken. Looking forward to next Saturday. It's gonna be great. Next stream, we'll figure out obviously what we're doing on the day or whatever. But trying to think. Yeah. So like I said, I'm sure I haven't made the video for Wednesday yet. I don't know if I will. I really want to focus on getting the Tarkov series going. So yeah, obviously we want what's best for the channel, which is going to be that series. A lot of people are looking forward to it, so I want to get it done, right? So I'm wondering if it's because there's a couple random cuts that shouldn't have been happening in here. Hopefully that's not in the final thing. Okay, so let's open it up, see if it works. Looks like it worked, so here's our cinematic in 1080p on a 2K monitor, so it's a little fuzzy, but yeah, that's pretty good, everybody. So yeah, that's how you make cinematics. So hopefully you guys share this video. I'll put it up, and yeah, hopefully you learned stuff about cinematography. That chicken's standing directly in a freaking willow or whatever, so that's obviously not great. But anyways, okay, so yeah, we'll end the stream there. Once again, if you guys are interested in requesting a system for next Saturday, you guys can use the QR code right there. Let me know what's going on. Leave me some feedback as well about the channel. Would love to hear it and see how I can improve. And yeah, so let's see you guys next Saturday, and you guys keep learning until you game over. Peace.